Alright, let's keep it going. How the fuck are we doing, friends? Those little technical difficulties aside, huh? I'm just here to play some goddamn Blidio Blames. How does that sound? Do we all like Blidio Blames here? Yeah, loser POV. Woo! Let's do it. Hey, computers and narco-amishism for the win. Listen, soon I'll have a new computer, and it's gonna be sick as hell, and I'm never gonna have these problems again, okay? That'll be the fucking day. Caden, to an extent, I'm not debating people today. I don't know why you want to debate so badly. What do you even want to debate? I mean, thanks for the $2 and everything, but I'm not here for that shit today. Ah, Ciantius. Thank you very much for the Patreon subscription. And I took a look at the audio recording that you sent. I have no particular requests beyond that you know, represent my views fairly. Building a sick gaming rig? Yes, I've already got $2,000 worth of parts next to me. I could assemble them at my leisure. Why no text-to-speech? It says $5 for text-to-speech. Because if I had it set for like $2 to text-to-speech, the entire fucking stream would be inundated with people desperately trying to get their message in. No. Well, that sucked. Oh, no. There we go. So how's everyone doing? Anyone have any interesting dreams lately? Hey, Caden, to the extent. Thank you very much for the $5. I appreciate it. Have I ever played Elder Scrolls? That was a cursed run anyway. Fuck that run. Yes, I mean, I've played Skyrim like everyone else, but I'm not a particularly big fan of the Elder Scrolls series. In fact, I'm very critical of Skyrim. If people gave a single shit about my video game content, I would do, like a big video on, my problems with Skyrim. I'd write a script and everything. I had a dream about your strapping young arms. Yeah. These thirsty bitches in my mentions, I swear. Any combat shrines? Did I have any interesting dreams? No, I don't recall having any interesting dreams. I haven't been dreaming as much lately. I don't know if that's a product of the fact that I haven't been getting as much sleep because I've been busy with online stuff or what. Skyrim is objectively good. That is definitely not true. It's dazzling. If you're a child whose criteria for a good game is that things be shiny and that you have cool voices and there be a big world and you can go into dungeons. W West, play some music in the background lately? I've never really been a person who just casually listens to music. Don't get me wrong, that would probably make people more inclined to watch my Blidio Blame streams, but it's just never been something that I found myself interested in. I've never been much of a music man. Woo! Melting that fucking boss. Get out of my face. Fucking loser. Stupid piece of shit. Asshole. Fuckwad. It's good because of the sex mods. It's true. Skyrim is one of the few games out there which has easily accessible modification, which allows you to throw horse cocks into all of the main characters. And this is an objective good. Ah, Creative Nothing. Thanks for the $5. Wonder if Jim Carrey's only doing the Sonic movie who records him and John Podesta's playing. Spend my money on good audio. First of all, shut the fuck up. For two, oh god. I really hope Jim Carrey isn't one of the Podesta bros. Oh no. Whoa! W. West. Comrade. Play Nobody Speak by Run the Jewels. Love you, baby. Ooh. Ooh, if only I said I was taking song requests for this stream. Nice try, buddy. I appreciate the money. You got to be publicly humiliated by me this stream. Love you. Nobody Speak is good, but I like talking. Hey, I gotta spend this money on something. How should I talk to the libs? I don't know. Depends on the lib. Most libs are, at best, politically ignorant. Doesn't necessarily mean they're bad people, though. Those were kind of trash items. You can talk and play music? Yeah, fucker. I never said that it prevented me from talking. I said I don't like it. Are we really getting not a single chest? What is a lib? A lib is a liberal. AKA a person who subscribes to the principles of liberalism. Very unfortunate disease, liberalism. Not really. There are some parts of liberalism that are pretty fucking great. Democracy, access to education, freedom of speech. That's some pretty rad shit. Is Crusader Kings 2 a bad game? I wouldn't know, never played it. Do a video about Soph? I don't know what there is to say about Soph. I'm like 98% sure that Soph is a product of familial abuse. I'm not really interested in tackling that subject material. Because like half of what I say is going to be like, Soph is basically a crypto-Nazi. No one could be this hateful without the influence of other people. She was probably like abused or indoctrinated by her older brother. Or some shit like that, you know? Unfortunate business, that. Ever play Doom? Yes. Substantially, in fact. Ever play Starbound? Yes. Didn't like it anywhere near as much as Terraria. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that Starbound is an example of everything that I hate in procedurally generated open-world games. Can I get a fucking battle shrine? Or a shrine of the mountain? Or a damage item? Can I get anything? Can this game provide me with anything? Soph isn't the same person that Destiny debated, is it? Nope, you've got it. That's Soph. That 14-year-old bitch on the kill stream. Maybe I should go on the kill stream. I don't know. Opinions on Terraria? Great game. Very great game. Not exactly a, you know, a dazzlingly unique opinion, Pat. But, whoa! We might die here. Maybe. We don't have any mobility options for dodging the Greater Wisp's shots. Nor do we have, like, any real... no, death is inevitable. Yep. Damn, we got really unlucky with the item drops. We are playing on hard mode, though. Did you find any success in Risk of Rain 1? Can't seem to get past level 3? Yeah, I played Risk of Rain 1 pretty often, that. Just a matter of practice. Knowing the best way to route the level, strategies for dealing with enemy groups, way of telegraphing enemy attacks. At least she's not Brittany Venti. That little bitch gave me ear cancy. Yeah, Brittany Venti is, definitely beneath response. I don't think you're ever going to find a Brittany Venti video takedown on my channel. Barely human, she be. Yo, play some Mountain Blade. Why the fuck? Listen, okay, no, shut the fuck up. I am so... Listen, I get it. I do politics. I am so fucking tired of people... All like, everyone's like, Crusader Kings, Total War, Mountain Blade. These games are not fun to play on stream, and they're not that fun for me either. But every time, like, hey, play that. Do you guys really want to watch me play fucking Mountain Blade, running around in circles recruiting from villages for 16 hours? Then like fighting Seaman? Is this what you want? No, you don't. Nobody wants this. Jesus Christ. Hey, Caden to the Extent, thank you so much for the $5. Again, Skyrim's mods are the main reason why it's so replayable. If you expand beyond the main story or world, apply expanding mods. I don't really like mods. Period, as a concept. I don't like the excuse that a game becomes good because people other than the developers work to expand it. I don't like it. And even then, mods don't fix the horribly broken fucking combat system. I mean, they fix the balancing, but the actual, like, tactility, the kinesthetics of the combat are really bad in Skyrim. Really fucking bad. Have I ever played Descent 2? No, I'm afraid not. Contrary to what some might think, I am only 25 years old. Disagree with you on this? There are a number of mods that fix the combat system. No, there aren't. There are mods that fix how it feels. There are no mods that fix the fundamental problems of the Skyrim engine. Bethesda has always trafficked in the worst fucking video game engines imaginable. It is disgusting to me that Bethesda thinks it's acceptable to continue putting out AAA games using the engines that they do. All of their games, fucking Skyrim, fucking Oblivion, fucking Fallout 3 and 4, even New Vegas, all of them feel awful and janky. They just feel bad to play. They just feel like shit. Just play this game? Well, yeah, I'm never gonna listen to chat decide what fucking video game I'm gonna play. Fuck that. Nah. I just like yelling at people. We're way behind time in this level. Terraria mods? I don't like mods. I really don't like mods. There are some very specific instances where I'm comfortable with mods, but broadly speaking, I like viewing games as art. And I like to filter my enjoyment of them through an artistic, like, lens. You would never, like, look at a painting of some kind or, like, a mural in an alleyway and think, like, oh, I mean, this is kind of shit, but if you add this big patch that I created, which covers up these mistakes, then it becomes good. That doesn't make the original thing good. That just means that it's malleable. I like viewing games as a singular, monolithic piece, which is put out at once to be consumed and critiqued. I do not like this this very modular, like, oh yeah, Skyrim has like 1 trillion bugs and its combat system is broken and its exploration system is dull and it's incredibly fucking shallow and everything balances towards you being a stealth archer. But if you just download 16 gigabytes of that, of mods to fix it, along with texturing mods, gameplay expansion mods, new dialogue, new everything, then the game really shines. Like, I don't buy that. I don't accept that as an excuse. A game should be able to stand for its own merits. Whisker Scuttlebum, thanks for the $2, buddy. Can we say the mod is great? Yeah, of course. Yeah. Mods are usually made by, like, independent fucking amateurs, and that's their first step into game development. Yeah, I have nothing but respect for modders, but I don't think that the fact that mods make a game better makes the game better. What about Gary's mod that was made with the intent of being modded? Yeah, but nobody treats no one reviews Gary's mod like it's a game. No one looks at Gary's mod and thinks like, oh yes, this is a game and it will be critiqued as its own on a game. Gary's mod is just a sandbox. Skyrim may be a sandbox in the sense that it follows like the open world storytelling sort of motif, but it's not literally a sandbox type game the way that Gary's mod is, which is just a bunch of tools laid out. In fact, I would go so far as to say that Gary's mod is as much of a game as Microsoft Paint or Adobe Photoshop. It's not a game. Gary's mod isn't a game. It's a toolbox with which you can make games. But if Gary's mod, a game that has no goals, no achievements, no real achievements, no accomplishments, no structure, and no plot can be counted as a game, then why can't I just go on Photoshop, draw 2 figures holding swords, and then like lasso tool around one and smash them against one another until I decide one of them dies? New Vegas has some great quests. Yes, it does. And it has a shit fucking engine. Lexi Jones, thanks for the $5. Gotta modify myself to be the robo-girl transhumanist slut I can be. All the other... Okay, listen, I should say human modification. Now, that's the good shit, okay? Video game modification, it's fine. Thank you for the support, friendo. These are my real hot takes. Can we not get Greater Wisp when I have no fucking mobility options? Please. Okay, that's one down. Fuck. Wow, this is a lot of wisps. Wait, is this wisp only? I think this might be wisp only. Has there been a single non-wisp enemy this entire level? Oh my god, someone just gave me a fucking $100. This is an entirely undeserved donation, and I'm about to die. And only after my death, because again, Greater Wisps with no mobility as Artificer. Only after my death will I be able to read this. Yep. Namaste. Or some shit. First off, Noctis Nova, will I ever cover the autism rights movement? I could. I don't know much about it. I'm autistic, but... hold on. Prince Artemis, thank you so much for the $100, to which I am entirely unentitled. Shut up and take my money, you giant hunk of masculine perfection and vigor. If only I were hot boy enough for you to date me to bless the mere sight of your self-described meatball. Hey, look, my nudes are all over the place, okay? They're hardly hidden treasures, all right? You just gotta dish in the right circles. Thank you so much for those 100 buckery dues. I really appreciate it. I am extremely ingratiated towards you, and I hope that the meager amount of entertainment which I am capable of providing in this here video game, or as I like to call it, Blidio Blame stream, sates your hunger. Thank you, buddy. God damn. It is a very nice penis. Hyena can confirm in chat. Nothing of use over here. Let's hope we get a fucking mobility item this time. Thank you, Hyena. Hyena's my girlfriend. What happened to TTS over $5 donations? There still is TTS over $5 donations. Look. It just has to be through Streamlabs. I can't do TTS over... Well, I could, but I'm not going to. Over Super Chats. Yeah, lag. Ooh, just fucking lag all over the guy. I love it. Yeah, no, but yeah, I haven't missed any Streamlabs donations. The reason why I have text-to-speech enabled for Streamlabs, but not for what the fuck? Federation King 1. Thank you so... God damn it. Thank you so much for the $65. I don't know where the fuck you people are coming from. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ. Listen, it's not about topping the donation charts, okay? It's about making sure I get to survive another day. Well, actually, my survival is more or less taken care of by the unbelievable generosity which has been demonstrated to me by my fan base. Just a few months ago, I was, like, unironically, didn't have the money for food and rent. And now, thanks to your guys' unbelievable generosity, I have quite enough money for both. I'm moving soon. I've got a new computer build that I'm going to set up soon. And then I can be a real fucking streamer. I don't fucking know. It's going to be amazing. Life is amazing. Not for everyone, but at least for me. God. Whatever the case is, I'm unbelievably appreciative. But let this not be a stream dedicated to the generosity of my patrons. How the fuck we doing, friendos? Prince Artemis with the additional $5 dues. Oh god. Oh, thank god. I was just fast enough that missed. Wow, I'm getting fucked from all sides over here. This is a wisp bukkake. I'm gonna fucking die. Fucking hard mode. You all dead? Jesus. Yeah, no, don't give me a... No healing items, no movement speed items. I don't want either of them. Fuck that. Just give me useless fucking utility items. That's what I want. Ooh, I love it. Prince Artemis picture of the Mona Lisa as opposed to seeing the Mona Lisa itself. That's an interesting question. I think it really depends on how much you value the... I suppose the... For lack of a better term, the intertextuality of art, the meta-analysis of art, the extent to which you derive appreciation not from the contents of the arts itself, but rather from the syntax and context in which you experience it. There are plenty of examples of this paradox. For instance, hold on. Why is it that sometimes seeing movies in a great big theater, like I can give you an example, the Rocky Picture Horror Show. We all know about the Rocky Picture Horror Show, right? It's the movie that came out in, what was it, the 80s, and they cross-dress, and they all do a big song and dance, and it's all very gay and such. Generally, there are some theaters that do reruns of that movie all the time, and it's like a cult, not like a cult hit, you know? Like, you'll go in there, and you'll all, like, clap and sing along, and you'll chat amidst the audience, and you'll provide certain cues to the... It's just a grand old time. Many people would argue this is the way in which it is meant to be experienced, even though obviously the developers, the producers of the movie, couldn't have possibly expected it to take on that role after it was released. There are a lot of ways in which the context in which art is engaged with actually matters more than the art itself. Though I would be remiss to pretend I have a fully developed opinion on the subject. The Tom God. Thank you so much for the $5. What you said to Tim Wise was horrible, and I'm subbing twice. I knew that Tim Wise tweet was a bad idea the moment I sent it. Something tells me that's going to come back to bite me in the ass someday in the future. I'm not kidding. Like, some alt-writer is going to quote snipe it and be like, see, Vaush hates the Jews or something. And it'll get picked up by, like, lefty friends. I don't fucking know. W. West, I'm happy to hear you're doing well. I love you. Alright, where the fuck is the portal? Alright, let's not turn this whole thing into me just responding to donations, okay? I'm a man of the people. Please. Ooh, Shrine of the Mountain. You guys ready for the double wisp, the double greater wisp spawn? I'm fucking ready. Let's do it. Just fuck me right in my tight little boy pussy. Just cream me up. Like I'm pasta. Fettuccine. Let's do it. Okay, double Stone Titan's a lot better. Or is it single Stone Titan with elites? It looks like it's single Stone Titan. Oh, nope! That's 2 Stone Titans. Oh, fuck. 5 health. This is fine. Everything's fine. God damn it. Has anyone made a video on Friend World yet? I might. Can we do a character with mobility? This is Risk of Rain 2, a fun dungeon crawling roguelike. Rachel Morris, you bought a pride flag to piss off your reactionary friend? Good. Fuck reactionaries. Making reactionaries upset is good praxis. Alright. Started a new job today and during orientation got to watch a video. CEO kept talking about making an ethical workplace. The irony was delicious. I don't doubt it. Oh, God. Interacting with corporate culture as a leftist was unironically some of the worst times of my life. Oh, God. I used to work security. Just engaging with that shit and having to, like, keep a straight face while corporate culture, you know, marches onwards. Wanted to fucking kill myself. Oh, God. I hated that.
Hey Vaush, I am also autistic. The ASD rights movement is in regards to autistics speaking for themselves instead of being spoken for. It's in response to the culture of cure and of children around autism. along with the 85% unemployment.
Wait, 85% unemployment? That can't be true. Wait, do autistic people have an 85% unemployment rate? I would be astonished if that was the case. That's unfathomably high. I would expect that for, like, people with fucking Down syndrome, not people with autism. Or is it only counting people with severe autism? Well, I can't check who sent me that donation at this moment, or how much they sent, but I can talk about autism. Alright, listen. God fucking damn it. What? No. No. I didn't get it to work. I have never succeeded in getting that shit to work after it doesn't work. No, that will not do it. Oh, God. Okay, here. I'll share my opinion on autism shit, okay? Are you guys fucking ready? Are we ready for this shit? Okay, listen to fuck up, okay? College-educated autists for Downs only have a 35%. Wait, did they say 85% employment rate or unemployment rate? Because those things are opposite. Here, I'll check the donation. Noctis Nova, thanks for the $5. 85% unemployment. I find it difficult to believe that's true, but I can look that up later. Maybe you like mistype that, or maybe I'm ignorant, and maybe autistic people are like dying everywhere. Listen. Holy shit, some sites showed us 75 to 85% autistic people are unemployed. I had no idea. Fuck. Okay, listen, here are my hot takes on autism. Are we ready for it? Let's do it. Okay, listen, so here's a disclaimer, okay? I am autistic, all right? However, we can just be frank about this. I'm pretty socially competent, okay? I have my moments. I'm not perfect. You know, I shit myself time and again. But, broadly speaking, I'm not really affected by the same systemic pressures autistic people tend to be affected by, you know? Like, my employability is not affected by my autism, for example, which is a big deal. So everything that I'm about to say comes from the perspective of somebody who has, at most, a marginal familiarity with the shit that, like, autistic people go through, okay? So what is autism, okay? Autism is when in the womb your little baby head hits the inside of the womb really hard and you turn autistic, okay? So what does this mean? It usually means you're not as good at reading emotional cues, and sometimes you have weird neuroses, like you like really like hyper fixating on things that make you comfortable, beyond the extent to which most people would, like you're very noise sensitive. There are a lot of ways in which autism can manifest itself, okay? Is being autistic bad? This is an important question to ask. I mean, if you ask the people who do the fucking vaccine anti-vaxxer truth shit, they would say being autistic is bad, because they're clearly, like, willing to risk their child dying to prevent the kid from being autistic, right? You know, allegedly. Whoa! Get out of my face! Jesus Christ. Okay, so is being autistic bad? I don't know. I think that autism, or at least... Okay, actually, wait. I have to go way the fuck back. I'm about to fucking die. Okay. Listen, I need to go way back with this one, okay? Alright. Listen the fuck up, okay? We're about to talk about some serious-ass shit. I might even clip this and put this into a proper YouTube video, okay? Listen the fuck up, alright? Autism doesn't exist. It's a deep state spook, okay? You know what else doesn't exist? Schizophrenia, depression, anxiety, borderline personality disorder, bipolar personality disorder. None of these things exist empirically. What do I mean? Okay, we're bringing out the paint. Nope, this is important. Okay, listen. All right. What I'm about to say is actually scientifically valid, all right? So don't you fucking yikes me in chat. Now listen, okay? Now, as we all know, when human beings are born, they have a stat sheet, okay? And here's a stat sheet, okay? And then here's, like, strength, and here's agility. It's called dex now, and then wisdom, and okay? Okay, so everyone has their fucking stat sheet, okay? And let's say this stat sheet refers to, I don't know, your tendency to engage in certain types of behavior, which some would describe as being manifest of anxiety. Okay, so what do I mean by this? Maybe a person, let's say we have a regular person. By regular, I mean they don't have any diagnosed neurodivergent conditions. Okay, and maybe they get a little bit anxious, like when it's raining super hard outside and there's thunder. Would anyone say that this means they have anxiety disorder, like generalized anxiety disorder? Probably not. No, that wouldn't really meet the qualification for the diagnosis. The reason for this is because when we consider what constitutes a mental illness, not only do you have to meet a certain set of criteria, you also have to meet those criteria to an extent that the emission of those characteristics causes a negative impact on your life. So you cannot be mentally ill if whatever conditions you have don't affect your life negatively. This is why, for example, being transgender is not considered a mental illness. It is several things. It is aberrant in the sense that it is not statistically likely that one is transgender as opposed to being cisgender. However, the essential qualification here is that being transgender does not in any way negatively impact your life. Now, dysphoria can. That's why dysphoria is considered a mental illness. And social stigma can, but that's not a component of your psyche. That's external. That has nothing to do with your mental health. For that reason, the intrinsic nature of being trans has no negative effect on your well-being. And for that reason, it cannot be a mental illness. So, already we must recognize that mental illness is subject to, oh! Yes! Give me a legendary. Not the best one, but sure. Already we must recognize, then, that which makes a person mentally ill is very much subject to social conditioning. What do I mean by this? Okay, well, let's again take autism for an example. What makes a person autistic? Oh, well, they have difficulty picking up on social stigma, or not social stigma, on social cues, and they're very noise sensitive. Sometimes they just really can't handle being in social situations, and maybe they really fix it on a particular piece of media that they like maybe they're super into anime and they like really fixate on it, and they've got the anime avatar and they go haha nya whenever they're feeling anxious or whatever. So cool, great, okay. Are any of these characteristics in and of themselves indicative of a neurodivergent condition like autism? No, of course not. Is having an anime profile picture indicative of autism? No, of course not. This would be nonsensical. Nobody believes this. It is the confluence of these characteristics, along with the general understanding that these characteristics negatively impact the quality of a person's life, that one considers autism to be a neurodivergent condition. So, why is this distinction important? The reason this distinction is important is because it's very, very, very important to recognize that not only are the conditions by which we recognize whether or not a person has, say, autism, I'm gonna fucking die, aren't I? Don't hit me. Oh, thank God. Not only are these things socially determined, but the lines at which we determine these characteristics to be tangentially related to mental illness or to the potential for harm are socially determined. I bring us back to the anxiety thing. Is getting a little bit anxious when it's rainy and thundering outside indication of general anxiety disorder? Probably not. Some people just get spooked by spooky noises. What are you gonna fucking do? It'd be ridiculous if we said everyone who got spooked by spooky noises had generalized anxiety disorder. It would rob the term of meaning. I think everyone would be fucking anxious. Okay, sure, cool. Oh, you have anxiety? Oh, well, great, cool. So does everyone, buddy. Get in line. Nobody would care. However, how freaked out by the rain and thunder does one need to be before it would be symptomatic of generalized anxiety disorder? Well, there's not really a hard line there, huh? And that's not also the only bar. What about, like, panicking in social situations? Everyone panics in social situations. That's hardly a unique characteristic. I panic in social situations, and I'm pretty charismatic as things go. So, the reason why I'm flopping about here is because it's important to recognize the degree to which our social expectation affects our diagnoses of those with neurodivergent conditions. Okay? Now, if one were to say whether or not being autistic is bad, we have to answer the question, does it negatively impact the quality of that person's life? And the answer, I believe in this, is yes. For a lot of autistic people, the fundamental inability to relate to others' emotions to the same extent and with the same ease as a non-neurodivergent person, this probably does negatively impact their life to some extent. However, one could argue that there are ways in which autism can not only positively affect one's life, but also positively affect society. Who knows how many avant geniuses and savants of the past, your artists, your Leonardo da Vinci's, your Leonardo DiCaprio's, all of the talented, esoteric, genius, big brain, big wrinkly brain inventors and politicians and socialites and philosophers. How many of those people would be diagnosed with autism today? Would human society be the same as it is today, as well developed, as diverse, as refined, as it would be if there were no autistic people throughout history, if everyone was born non-neurodivergent? I don't think so. I think the existence of autism does a lot to add color to life. And that's a good thing, because I like life being colorful and diverse and interesting. So, if we back up a little bit, if autism makes one's life harder, but it probably, in a broader sense, serves the greater interests of humanity by providing us people who can look at things in different ways, does that make autism a bad thing? Is it bad for there to be a neurodivergent condition which, statistically speaking, makes one's life harder, but probably makes everyone else's life better in a broad social sense? I don't really know. That's really tough, right? Like, what would you do? Like, would you make this choice for someone? What if you could choose for a child? Like, okay, a baby is being born, and you can flip the autism switch on and off, okay? If you switch on, they're probably going to have a harder time having a job. They're probably going to have a harder time interacting with others, finding love, engaging with other people. But there's also a possibility that they might develop an interest in something or facilitate a particular worldview concerning something, which allows them to look at that thing in a way different to everyone else. They might be able to develop a unique sort of modal lens, a lens of analysis, which can give us a beautiful work of art, or maybe a fascinating YouTube video. I'm not trying to trivialize it. These things are wonderful and important. So, I don't really know. I don't think autism is something that should be fought against. That's pretty fucking gross. Like, conceptually. They're like, I don't know, like, fight against a thing that sort of characteristically determines at least some aspects of a person's behavior. Yee. But I don't know if I subscribe to the idea that the difficulties autistic people face are 100% a product of their environment. Like if everyone was just like super accepting and lib-cucky, that autistic people wouldn't have a tough time about it anymore. I don't believe that. I believe there's a pretty intrinsic difficulty there. It'd be easier, of course, if people weren't like shitting on autistic people. Don't get me wrong. But the difficulty seems intrinsic. I don't know. I guess the point that I'm getting at invariably is that I think that autistic people in this day and age probably should engage in self-advocacy, but I'm not really sure what kind of self-advocacy. What's the message here? That we're people too? Okay, milquetoast. I don't think people are saying autistic people aren't people. I think they're saying that autistic people are just weird and inconsiderate and strange and would be better off not autistic. And that's a whole different set of accusations. So what do you say? Autistic people are the same as everyone else? Well, that's not true. That's factually not the case. I don't know. It's an interesting ethical conundrum. Here, I'm sorry. I've missed a few donations, and I apologize for that. Creative Nothing with the $5. What would you do if you finally hooked up with Natalie Rand, but her femdom was twice as big as yours? Also, I was Unspectrum, thanks for the praxis. I mean, I have absolutely nothing against... I have absolutely nothing on earth against hooking up with trans women with larger penises than me. But I feel like if I, so to speak, jerk Natalie Rin off, and oh my god, 3 of them? More than I already do, it might border a level of gross fetishization, so I've got to lay off of that shit. And, JP Musthorn with the $10. Found you 2 days ago, so already delighted to be your knowledge-based pragmatism. Thank you for being you. Well, fuck yeah. Thank you for being you, friend. I'm sure you're also wonderful. I don't know as much about you as you know about me, but you're probably pretty fucking cool, huh? Thank you very much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Alright, there we go. I've caught up with chat. I'm now back to answering people's questions. I'm gonna die again, because honestly, fuck Wandering Vagrant. And again, no fucking mobility items. Christ. I love you too. Jeff Stewart, thank you for the $2 which you sent individually for some reason. That's awfully nice of you. ASD society is what has to be fixed more in the sense of education for us than others. Both sides in any case, more importantly, not a mental issue to fix. Well, of course it's not a mental issue to fix. It's a neurodivergent condition. You can't just un-autism a person. You'd have to kill them. And I'm not here for that. God help me. Are there any conservatives or reactionaries that you respect? No, not a single one. Why do you think you're so popular with trans people? I can wager a few guesses. For one, I'm pretty woke with my gender theory. Like there are, even on the left, there are not many people who are like full-on biological sex as a social construct as well, gender abolitionism, da-di-da-di-da, you know? I'm pretty actively engaged with my, sort of, like, pro-trans stuff. And also, I talk about it a lot. I think I talk about trans people on average once every 15 minutes. I have a lot of trans friends. I don't know, it just comes up a lot. It's also a pretty big battleground over reactionary ideology, because this is part of, like, the clown world postmodernism shit they're fighting against, you know? What?
I feel like trans people like you so much because you're
I'm not done! No spoilers!
just not a bigot.
Well, I'm getting to that, okay? Trans people are kind of on the front lines of this, like, clown world, postmodernist. Libtards are saying that men can be women and women can be men. Like, shit like that, you know? So, even if the subject of the day isn't trans people, they come up a lot, and I speak of them pretty positively. Another big one, as my wonderful girlfriend just pointed out, is that I'm not a fucking bigot. Probably helps a little bit. I'm not going to get any procs off this Berserker's Pauldron. God damn it. So that's good. And also, a lot of it is probably... Okay, listen. Listen. If you get called out by this, you deserve it, okay? Because I'm right, okay? A lot of trans people are trans girls. And trans girls are horny as fuck. Trans girls are so fucking horny all the time. Jesus Christ. Not all of them. Not painting with one big brush here, but for real. We all know this, okay? Everyone knows this, alright? Trans girls are horny as fuck. I pretend to be a sex symbol, and I very often, very publicly say, like, oh, trans people are so beautiful, haha, fuck them, ha 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 ha. Not everyone's type of advocacy, but I imagine some people are here for it. Vaush, you wound me. I'm right. I'm fucking right, okay? Trans girls have an absurd presence on the internet left. Like, they're incredibly predominant. I don't know how they did it. It's like a fucking miracle how they pulled it off. But they did pull it off, and they're very horny. My fucking Discord is just full of fucking trans thirst posting. Jesus Christ. It almost, I'm not joking, it almost makes me want to, like ban all thirst posting in my Discord just to upset them, you know? Just to throw them for a fucking loop. Like, hey, I'm in charge around here. The horny fucks would probably interpret this as me, like, expressing my dominant tendencies or some shit. Yeah, if anyone who's saying I'm wrong just doesn't use Discord. That's on you guys, okay? Whoa! God, fuck! Can I get a single good item before I engage in these? Creative nothing. Don't forget that these days, what gets defined as mental illness relies on a lot on whether your life is useful to capital. Yeah, because whether or not something is a mental illness is determined largely by the extent to which it like impacts your life negatively. And in this day and age, your an inability to cohabilitate with capital is one of the biggest determiners of a negative life. I'm cutting out insanely. I've never played Merc. Why the hate? I do like playing Merc, but on this computer, I lag a little bit while streaming. And Merc is nearly impossible to play with lag. YouTube Premium allows 2 free $1 super chats? Really? No shit. Well, there you go. Jeff Stewart, thanks for the $2. Hey, if you've got YouTube Premium, why don't you kick some of those free super chats my way, huh? Isn't ContraPoints trans? Yeah. ContraPoints isn't just trans. ContraPoints is, I think, currently, like, the biggest trans icon on YouTube. She's also a queen. Yes, bae. But we knew that. K-Wolf, YouTube. Have a wonderful day, okay? Get it. Get it. Burn. What am I going to hide behind when this thing goes nuclear? Oh, no. I assume that was a donation to my Streamlabs. I'll check it out shortly. God, I can't wait to have 2 monitors. The quality of life for my streams is about to skyrocket. Skyrocket! When I get 2 monitors. Oh my god. Do you think the people on the right are disproportionately autistic? No. If anything, it's people on the left. Because autistic people are marginalized socially, and marginalized groups tend to congregate on the left. Do you remember playing Pogs? What the fuck is Pogs? Can I draw him stream voice chat to read my favorite copy pasta for your viewers? No. This is my check. Get the fuck out. Greedy piece of shit. You'll have to donate it. Opinion on left comms? I mean, I'm an anarcho-capitalist. I practically am a left com. I mean, a left-leaning communist? As in a non-authoritarian communist? I don't know. Cat Arthur, what do you think of them redoing Sonic's design? I hate it. I wish they had kept it as the abomination it is. Thank you for the $2. Do I have any conservative friends in real life? Nope. Drop them all. I have no patience for these people. Another dingling from Streamlabs, no doubt. Possibly. Whatever the case is, the reason why I'm hesitant to say, like, there are autistic people on the right, sometimes I do get that feeling, you know. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'm talking with someone who's conservative, and their inability to, like, read very simply into what people say makes me think they might be autistic. But my problem here is that I don't want to be like, why are conservatives so bad and evil? Oh, it's because they're autistic and can't read human emotion or some reactionary shit like that. There are plenty of good, kind-hearted autistic people who function just fine in society in spite of the fact that they occasionally have social troubles. The problem here isn't the autism. The problem is that conservatives are fucking evil. You don't have to be autistic to be evil. Do a live debate with Hunter Avalon? Tell the wimpy little cunt to accept my debate challenge, then. Feels like a false equivalency, but that's oversimplifying. Yeah, well, I'm not here for nuance right now. I'm here to play some fucking Blidio Blames. Any thoughts on the Hassan Lilan KMK11 drama? I don't know anything about it. Could you fill me in? I know Hassan did a video on the lady getting, like, triggered over Mortal Kombat, but I didn't know there was drama. Agatophobia Dragon, thank you for the $2. That's no on Pogs then. I have a VGA monitor if you want. I still have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what that's no on Pogs then, and I don't know what VGA means. You're losing me. You don't have to donate to tell me. I'll see you in chat. But I feel I'm not trying to, like, milk money out of you by feigning ignorance. I have no idea what the fuck you're saying. Is that enough to burn him out? It is. Good. Has your relationship with John Doyle progressed any further? Is there a possibility for a debate? He blocked me on Twitter. I was retweeting too much of his shit. He was getting angry. Because I have a much more active Twitter following than his, so every time he'd post something, my followers would, like, double his, and they would go dogpile him in the replies. No regrets. No ragrets. Are libertarians and caps good people? I can't tell you whether or not they're good people, but I can tell you that the things they believe have a distinctly negative impact on society. They're ignorant people. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please, God. Please, just let me make it to the 3rd level once. This fucking Blidio Blame. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, the lag. Why did the USSR fail? That's for a lot of reasons, buddy. This is a fucking complicated question. Jesus. Think I'm going to answer that one while I'm playing Blidio Blames? It's Blidio Blame time. Hey, Leet 420, thank you so much for the Leet bucks. Oh god, I'm gonna die because I was looking at you. Oh, I'm fucking, oh god. Oh, heal. 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 No, it wasn't enough. This is your fault, Leet 420. I hope you realize that. Do I stream or play Magic the Gathering Arena? No. I have never liked Magic the Gathering. I don't really like trading or collectible card games. VGA monitor used that old blue wire connector instead of HDMI. I still don't know what the fuck you mean, but I appreciate your offer for a monitor, but that's okay. I do have a spare monitor over there. I just need to set everything up with my new computer build, most of the parts of which I have. Lead 420. You got me. You took me out. You took the shot. Okay, we see where the teleporter is, but you want to hit level 2. Or get a few good items before doing it. Enemies? Please, let me get this fucking chest. Yeah, big answer. Do you think the USSR's failures were due to faults in socialism, or was it other things? Well, it's a false equivalence, my friend. The USSR was never socialist. There were certainly faults in the USSR's, like, economy model. Like, huge, fucking, glaring, massive, boiling issues with it. But I wouldn't describe what they were as socialist. But no, I'm not one of those people who pretends that the USSR was like this beautiful experiment that would have gone perfectly if not for US intervention. Have I tried Lisa the Painful? I haven't, but I have engaged with. I've watched a whole bunch of, like, critical YouTube essays on it, and I know everything about it, and it seems wonderful. But I can't play it now. I've been spoiled for it. Am I going to stream the PC building? Yes. Yes, sticky bombs. Give me that shit. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, it's a great idea. So, guys, here's a beautiful idea. I think it was given to me by my You gave it to me. Yeah. My partner gave me this idea, okay? And I'm thinking it's going to be sometime probably next weekend. I am going to do a art stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simultaneously put out a YouTube video, a Twitter tweet, and a Discord post. And I'm going to be like, hey, fuckos. So on this day and time, I am going to be doing a video. And what I will be doing is highlighting all of the people who post art of me or of this channel or of lefty shit in general. to this particular Twitter hashtag. So post the shit, do it, post this shit, and in 1 week I'll go over every single person who submits. Or I'll do my best. There may be more submissions. I don't know. I'm not very popular yet. But there may be more submissions that I can maybe handle right away. God damn! Wow, I just got fucked. Well, we'll try again. That's about the interaction anyway. But yeah, there are a lot of great artists in my community, and I can draw pretty well. I'm not a professional or anything, but as amateurs go, I'm competent enough and familiar enough with artistic critical theory to be able to make an entertaining stream about going over other people's art. So what I'm gonna have that happen is you fuckers can do art and put it on the, I don't know, it'll be like Vaush Fan Art Day or hashtag Vaush Fan Art Day or something. I don't fucking know. And we can do that, and then I will go over it on stream, and after every one of you's fucking arts, I'll be like, hey, and that was that art from this person on Twitter, okay? So I'll link it back to your profile, and I do not care about skill level, not even slightly. Obviously, some people are tremendously better at art than other people. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. I'm not going to, like, look at someone who's clearly not ever drawn before in their life and be like, this is great! Like, no. It's going to be at least something of a critical stream, or at least I'm going to engage in analysis. So don't throw your art my way if you just want, like, hugs and affirmation. But I'm also not going to be like, this art is shit. Like, you guys understand, right? Okay? You get it. Whatever the case may be, I would love to do this. And yeah, I'll probably do a post for this sometime in the next few days, giving the hashtag and the parameters and stuff. Wallaby Nitpicker, thank you. Nipple Picker. Much worse. Thank you very much for the $10. As an autistic person grew up in a right-wing evangelical Christian household, became leftist, I really enjoy your stuff. Keep fighting the good fight. Well, fuck yeah, friend. Hell yeah, my fellow autist brothitist. I really appreciate that, friendo. Thank you. I will continue doing it. Huh?
Also, sorry. Do you need to have the chat up?
Yes. I like chat up on screen.
Yeah, just once.
That way you guys can see you guys. Guys, is the chat on screen annoying? Should I get rid of it?
I would just, I will.
My bitch girlfriend seems to hate it. I'm gonna fucking die. No. God damn it. Difference? Am I making a Derrida reference? No, I promise you I am not. Stop. Oh, I'm fucking dead. Why am I so bad? God damn it. Shitty for live streams, good for... Well, in that case, I'll turn it off. Here. Bloop. There. We'll see how you fuckers like that. God, I'm bad. When you call people small-brained, do you genuinely believe they're inferior to you? If I call a person small-brained, it's usually because I think that they're either really dumb or really ignorant, and yeah, I think that makes a person worse than me. Usually when I mean dumb, by the way, I'm not actually referring to a person's... The idea of, like, discrimination by intelligence has never really sat right with me. Intelligence has way more to do with, like, attitude and circumstance than it has to do with genetic inclination. Studies seem to indicate this. When I call someone smooth-brained and then my fans are like, oh, well, I'm not that bright, you shouldn't, like, no. I'm never actually, like, faulting a person for having, say, poor reading capability or, like, a lower... Like, these aren't the things that matter to me. Usually what matters to me is the degree to which a person is willing to and capable of engaging with, engaging with ideas. And this usually has less to do with the actual fucking horsepower of their brain and has a lot more to do with the environment in which they were raised and the attitudes they choose to take towards knowledge. For instance, it's not a fucking... It's not a coincidence that pretty much every right-leaning demagogue engages with facts like a fucking moron. Every single one of them. Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, Stefan Molyneux, Jordan Peterson, people who are in other walks of life, at least tolerably intelligent, turn into fucking simians the moment they engage with social concepts. This isn't because they literally have a smaller brain than me. It's because they don't respect this knowledge. They just have their feelings and they move forward with it. Okay? So if Jordan Peterson, somebody with a PhD, somebody who was a respected psychologist before all of this hubbubaloo, and still is to some extent, fits my qualification for a smooth brain, it probably doesn't actually have anything to do with the person's, like, baseline cognitive ability and has a lot more to do with the way they treat knowledge. Please, please, no, yeah, let me get stuck. Yeah, no, please, just let me get stuck in the fucking. That's what I want. That's what I live for. God damn it. General tips on being a better artist: find artists that are better than you, try to do their art in your style, and then try to do your art in their style. I have never in my life encountered a faster way to become familiar with your own flaws. Do a video where you finally shave your neck beard? I don't have a neck beard. I have a face beard. What the fuck are you talking about? It also goes down to my neck like a little bit, but I don't have a neck beard. Thoughts on Count Dankula? Cunt. World would be better off without him. Very stupid. What do you mean? What else am I supposed to think about him? These are objective facts. So anyway, somebody asked, when I say somebody has a small brain, do I think I'm better than them? Yes, I do. But it's not because I think that I have a genetically higher capacity for knowledge retention than them. It's because I think they engage with facts in a, well, in a stupid way. W. West with the $5. Do you want only political art, or would abstract impressionism be okay if it relates to Palestine or disabilities? I would like it ideally to relate specifically to me. Draw me on a fucking horse or something. The reason for this isn't egotism on my part. It's mostly just because I want consistent theming. It's also funnier for me to... Hold on. It's funnier for me to engage in fan art that literally has me in it. How can you be so smart and then come to such stupid conclusions? Is that meant in reference to me, or are you referring to other people who are otherwise intelligent?
You're dumb baby.
You suck at this game? Hey, I do pretty okay on medium difficulty, okay? I'm learning on hard difficulty. Are you only playing Artificer at the moment? Or I enjoy Artificer much more than the other characters. I love beefy one-shot shit. Yeah. This is Risk of Rain 2. Why is my nose so itchy? Can you die? Ugh. Have a great day, Noctinova. Alright, so what was I saying? Didn't people ask me a bunch of questions? For every question I answer, I know I miss like 10. Not much I can do about that. Ooh, 2 lunar coins. Hello. Creative Nothing, thank you so much for the $5. Thoughts on the cognitive similarities between flat earthers and internet meme fascists? Well, it's a tendency towards conspiratorial thinking in both cases. Conspiratorial thinking, distrust of authority, and anti-intellectualism. Those pretty much define, crucially, flat earthers and alt-right. Well, alt-righters have a bunch of other shit packed in there, but broadly speaking, this is endemic to both groups. There are a lot of intelligent alt-righters and flat earthers out there. We need to stop thinking of intelligence as a binary, where the bigger your brain is, the...
If you love facts and logic so much, why don't you marry them?
I already did. That's what I call my girlfriend's left and right titties. And let me tell you, they're big. But yeah, conspiratorial thinking. Liberaven, thank you for the £5. Thank you for making far left commentary accessible and entertaining for an enlightened centrist, left reactionary, hyper-liberal like me, learning a lot. Well, fuck yeah, friend. Don't view it as a learning experience, okay? I'm not a teacher, and I learn every day, too. I'm constantly coming to bear with how little I know about the world. I just have some takes on some things that, you know, relate to the types of education that I have received over the course of my life, and I guess there's some benefit to that. I'm glad that you enjoy the channel. I enjoy having you here. Yeah, recently there was some hubbubaloo on our breadtube, apart from the allegations of me being a sexual harasser, blah 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 blah. Recently there was some allegations on breadtube that like my content is like janky and unfinished and arbitrary and rambling and like incoherent and underproduced or something. I got really fucking triggered. The idea that there are people out... Ooh, nice, Prion accumulator. There are people who unironically believe that there's no, like, rhetorical value to my kind of content, and those people, those are the tiniest brain people, okay? And it's always left-leaning people who say it, too. These fucking chud-chewing little soy cows who look at my content and see me screaming with a little webcam down in the corner, and they go, not a 40-minute video essay of somebody who has a degree in philosophy and has a lighting team and a makeups director. I think I'll be taking my time elsewhere. Fuck these people. Which candidates are you supporting in the Bernie fucking Sanders, as if you even had to ask. One to give you a follow-up? Grey Jedi? Yeah, hit me up with the follow-up. Up-follow. How do you think Biden's rise in the polls reflects the DNC's unwillingness to reform? The Biden existing right now is like single-handedly the reason why I believe that that the Democratic Party is doomed. People have been saying for decades now that, oh, the Republican Party grows more and more outrageous with every fucking 4 years. There's no way it has any permanence. It'll dissolve. It'll break into, like, the old guard Republicans and the new guard Republicans, like the Tea Partiers. I don't believe this to be the case, and I have never believed this to be the case. Conservatives always fall in line, and there's not really much of a substantial difference between a new right fascist and an old right, like, neocon. There's really very little difference. Both of them are racist. Both of them lie constantly. Both of them pit the average man against the combined power of co-opted state enterprise. The idea that there's some substantive difference between these things is ridiculous to me. There fucking isn't. It's the same shit. The Democratic Party, however, is not willing to embrace the same populist rhetoric that that the Republican Party has been surviving off of. Whoa! The Democratic Party is fighting tooth and nail to prevent people like AOC and Bernie and Ilhan Omar from getting the recognition that they, in my opinion, well deserve. And the reason for this is because the Democrats serve the same corporate masters as the Republicans. They just do it in different ways. The Democratic Party is as much an enemy of the American people as the Republican Party. The Republican Party will probably make people more miserable in the interim. They are worse, don't get me wrong. But to suggest that the Democratic Party is in any way, shape, or form interested in a serious pushback against the Republicans is laughably naive. Creative Nothing, thank you again for the $5. You're being incredibly generous this stream, friend. It's only a matter of time before online reactionaries start going, hey kids, have you heard about the amazing book called The Bell Curve? Are they not already doing that? By hey kids, do you actually mean, like, children? Or do you mean just their followers? Because I think they already do that, dude. Even John Doyle, who pretends to be like a good old boy, fucking original conservative who just values American liberty and constitutionalism, even he talks about the necessity of protecting your bloodline. Fascism has been alive and well in the United States for a really long time. Nobody likes to talk about this, but Hitler was enormously popular in the United States before World War II began. Not only was he popular, but Hitler's policies on eugenics and racial apartheid and discrimination stemmed mostly from American history. He learned it from us. He cohabitated with American business owners. They were big fans of his. The suggestion that fascism is like this super evil, incredible final form stage of political evil that is the final form. No, nonsense. Fascism has been alive in America for a really fucking long time. It just gets, as time goes on, the dog whistles lose their meaning. So people looking to capitalize on those fascistic tendencies have to rely more on the abandonment of those dog whistles. Go look up Innuendo Studios' video on the death of the euphemism. Phenomenal video, phenomenal content creator. Can I find the teleporter? Please? How do you get people out of an ideology that rewards them for making others angry? You make them angry. I don't know. Do what I do. Or at least do what I try to do. Make everyone they agree with look like a fucking idiot. Make them feel dumb and ashamed and humiliated for having ever agreed with those people in the first place. This embarrassment will hopefully be the zeitgeist for their awakening. Where the fuck is the teleporter? I'm so behind on time. I don't want this. Chancellor Leavitt, my liberal professor, hates me. How do I deal? Just fucking deal. Professors hated me all the time. You think I wasn't an outspoken student? Baby, wasn't I outspoken as fuck? Not listening to me. Where the fuck is the teleporter?
Oh, sorry. Yes, you were outspoken.
There we go. She said yes.
Look, Chris hated you.
Chris hated me. Eagleoid! God damn, the people today. Fuck. Eagleoid, thank you so much for the $50. Love your content, love your sass, and I love your face. I don't agree with some of your opinions, but you make great points for them. Also, your stuff got me into Destiny's content. Take me whoever you want. Bye-bye. Eagleoid, thank you so much for the $50. That's incredibly generous of you. I don't have a problem with you getting into Destiny's content. As much as I think he's a fucking cunt, I have a lot of respect for his rhetorical ability. I'm glad you've been enjoying the content. I hope to expand and produce more with time. Right now, it's a little bit difficult for me to network because of all the drama and antagonism that surrounds me, but with time, I intend on, we're going to go the whole fucking mile. We're going to go the podcasts, we're going to go the talk shows. Maybe I'll even show up at VidCon this year. Anyone here going to VidCon? I've been considering it. Seriously, where the fuck is the teleporter? Seriously, though, thank you so much for the $50. I really appreciate it. You still didn't answer my super chat about anarcho-syndicalism? Did I really miss a super?
How do I, as a racial leftist, deal with the centrists and conservatives that litter the poli-sci classes I take in uni? Like literally a majority of my intro to poli-sci class. Hate Bernie LMAO. By the way, love you Zoxo. I'm getting more radical by the day.
First off, Imperishable Neat, thank you so much for the $5. I'm sorry I missed your super chat. Could a voluntariist market fiefdom exist with anarcho-syndicalism with absolute exit rights to other communes? Would it still be capitalism? I've got bad news for you, friend. I have no idea what the fuck you mean. Economics has always been my weakest point, you know. I need more water. I've never been especially educated on the topic, but sometime soon I plan on doing a giant research stream on anarcho-syndicalism because what I know about it in the broad strokes appeals to me, but I would like to get more familiar with the specific arguments, even though I never make public statements in favor of it. And in regards to Giovanni, thank you for the 666. As for dealing with your poli-sci brethren, listen, okay? I fucking hated most of the people that I engaged with in my poli-sci and sociology classes, especially in the lower level classes, okay? These people were like of subhuman intellect. Get them the fuck out of my face. I hated all these fucking tiny brain white boys who stand up every time with the big brain take, which belies a fundamental misunderstanding of basically everything civics and sociology has to offer. Stepping the fuck up and being... I can't even remember the dumbass takes that I had to deal with. Oh, I got so triggered in class every fucking time. But I would argue with these people non-stop. Non-stop, I would argue with these people. I would never, ever, ever let them fucking rest. Every time they open their mouths to say some dumbass shit, I would open mine back. I'd be the next hand up. And I'd be like, they say this, but are they aware of the fact that this, and this? You have to make the classroom a hostile attitude towards these people. Because it's not about them. It's about the people listening who are going to have their opinions formed by consensus, okay? Just you existing and presenting your side is in and of itself a counter-argument. People have to be made aware of the fact that there are other people out there who disagree, and these people may have good-ass points. And as for, somebody said in chat, Destiny made Laddie. This is to an extent true. My interaction with his community is the reason I was able to get a foot off into online content creation, but a lot of people have accused me of being a leech from Destiny, which is demonstrably untrue. At no point after creating my channel did I ever seek to profit from engagement with him. Didn't happen a single time. So that I am a leech is false, but that I benefited from my knowing him, that's unquestionably true. Dear Lord, it's so fucking hard to play the game and catch up with chat. Nihilistic Dogma, thank you so much for the $5 Australian. Thanks for shouting out Dead Hand Ammunition. He's the pepper crop to your salt farm. You both will make me the perfect revolutionary. Yeah, he's pretty fucking neat, ain't he? Handsome boy, too. I probably shouldn't call him boy. He's probably older than me. He looks older than me. Maybe he's just a lot more masculine than me. Who the fuck knows? Whatever the... No! Okay. Whatever the case is, yeah, no, no, absolutely. And there are other people I mean to shout out. Other good left-leaning content creators include, like, smaller ones. White Nervosa is a really good one. She's also a close friend of mine. I really like White Nervosa as a person and as a content creator. I'm really glad my viewers pushed me to debate her. Brandon Schneider, thanks for the 2 $1 Super Chat donations. I see your YouTube Premium bucks coming in. Thank you. Elaborate on your Hiroshima takes, please. Since I said that I believe the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings were justified, I've actually been presented with some evidence in my Discord channel suggesting that the initial estimations, which stated that the nuclear bombings would lead to less civilian deaths than a mainland invasion, may have actually been untrue. Until I can read those sources, I cannot offer any opinion on the matter. I'm sorry, I know that's not a super entertaining answer, but I don't have like a emotional attachment to the argument, you know what I mean? I'm not here to like hardcore stan bombing Japan nuclearly. I just want to represent the position which I believe is most factually correct. Thank you for answering. Sorry if your question came off esoteric jargon. Basically asking, can pockets of capitalism exist in anarchism? Interesting. Can pockets of capitalism exist in anarchism? With my limited engagement with the theory, I would have to say no, only because there is always going to be a productive edge towards capitalist enterprise because they don't need to privately owned enterprise, I should say, because they don't need to take as much into the account the needs of their constituency, and without some actually, no, I don't want to comment on this. It totally fucking depends. That's a super fucking big brain question, okay? So I gotta wait until I have a big brain before I can answer it, because right now my brain is very small and wet. Will I debate you? I mean, probably not. I don't know. Why would I debate you? A lot of people have just, like, asked, like, hey, can we talk on stream sometime? But they haven't, like, said what for. I don't know if these people think that I'm just, like, flush with free time, as though I'm not working 8 to 10 hours every day. I'm not sure if they understand what I'm gonna fucking die. Yep. Do you believe in a violent revolution? What do you mean, believe in? About abortion? What would I want to debate about abortion? What? Sure. You sure are interrupting me every 10 minutes. Hey.
I stopped.
Sure. Oh, it's cute. Our little puppet friends. I'd show it to stream, but there's no way those pencil lines would show up in this lighting. Vaush quit my job. This is my job. This is what I mean. I do this 8 to 10 hours a day. Do you know how much work there is behind the scenes to maintaining, like, the small community I have going? It's insane how much work that takes. Can we do a regular run? I'm doing a fucking regular run. Why do you think abortion is wrong, buddy? Here, you can... Your arguments are all... There's no argument you can present that I haven't heard before, so why don't you just abbreviate the arguments you want to make?
Was in the Discord the other day and was telling people my thoughts on the possible use of puberty blockers to delay puberty in all kids that would like it to allow children more time to mature before the complicated experience of puberty.
I mean, yeah, first of all, Noctis Nova, thank you very much for the $5. And yeah, puberty blockers are really fucking cool. Like, for realsies cool. Ideally, in the future, it'll be possible to determine with a high likelihood whether or not a child is likely to develop onset gender dysphoria in the future, so those kids could have hormone blockers prescribed to them until they're willing to make a more, like, decisive take on the thing. Hormone blockers are really fucking cool. And the science on them is pretty well developed. Keep fighting the good fight. This is maybe I should go on the kill stream, if for no other reason than just to debate this very one point. There's nothing on earth gives me more joy, like on a sexual level, than telling reactionaries that facts don't care about their feelings. How, like, the science is settled and their, like, personal distaste towards trans people doesn't affect the science. This shit gets me rock hard every single fucking time. It feels so fucking good. What work is involved behind the scenes? Okay. Discord moderation and a lot of this, by the way, is stuff that's because I'm still growing. Because I don't have, like, a set system yet. But here's a list of the things that I do behind the scenes. So, I do research. I do video editing. Video compiling. Video processing, video uploading. I manage my YouTube channel and the comments that get posted in it. I manage my Twitter and the things that get posted there. I manage my Discord, moderation, the mod team within the Discord. I manage the website that is going to be built soon, Vaush.gg, with the help of White Nervosa. Let me think. There are at least 2 or 3 more things. Well, yeah, and then obviously there's streaming, yeah, but they asked for behind-the-scenes work. Oh, yes, that's a huge one. Replying to Discord messages and emails is honestly like an hour or 2 a day. I'm cutting it down. I'm trying to cut it down because I never, like, expected to get this big this fast. But altogether, every day I work from 8 to 10 hours on stuff related to my online content creation. I also manage those big boobies. Yeah, I gotta take sex breaks. Did you look more into the hormone blocker thing since we last discussed it? We discussed it like 2 days ago. No, I haven't had time. I'll get to it. Time to start exploiting workers to do it for you? Well, that's the fucking plan. Eventually I'm gonna have to hire White Nervosa as a, server administrator, huh? I don't have the skills that she has. Yeah, and my partner wants to be my manager to, like, manage my emails and stuff. Thanks for the answer, no problem.
Cheers for answering my YouTube stream question. I have a fairly big crush on you, so could you please look into the camera for like 2 seconds and give a little sensual half smirk so I can screen cap it and jack off later, thank you.
There, that was 2 seconds. I hope you found something there worth coming to. Happy to answer your questions, friend, and also happy to receive your incredibly generous support. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Oh, hey, while we're here, I need to have a talk about parasocial relationships, okay? Hold on. Not that I'm accusing anyone here of doing this, okay? But very recently, and I'm not naming names, someone got flirty with me in, like, a really fucking kind of creepy way. Like really fucking creepy. Listen, it takes a lot to make me uncomfortable with being flirted with, okay? I am pretty okay with aggressive flirting. But, whew, oh boy. Some people like to push that envelope. So I gotta reiterate this, okay? Listen, I love you guys, all right? I really fucking do. I'm very sincere about this, okay? However, there is a physiological extent to my capacity to demonstrate reciprocal attention to the people who like me. I can't do it. There are so many nice, kind, wonderful, supportive, intelligent, and emotionally cognizant people in my community who like me, who I would probably be good friends with, who I will never and can never be friends with, and that's just because I've just got too many people to got around at any given point. I just can't do it. Yeah, sure, take all my fucking gold. Happy to have you here, the Cult of the Blob. The point that I'm getting at is that if you ever want like my attention, or you want to like email me or message me or donate to me, I appreciate all of these things, but never do it to like be my friend or to get my attention, and never ever ever expect something for it. If you want to support me, do it because you think I deserve support. Don't do it in the hopes of some sort of reciprocal attention. Not because I'm opposed to doing it, but because logistically, as I grow larger, and I am growing large, it is going to become more and more difficult for me to respond to people. I just don't want there to be a precedent by which I give people the impression that it's all lovey-dovey, like, oh yes, I'll respond to everyone, and everyone is my friend, and everyone can be my friend. And then as I grow larger, and every day I wake up and I have like 80 new fucking tweets in my mentions and hundreds of new Discord messages and a dozen new emails, it becomes more and more difficult. I'm growing large. Anyway, hopefully this point is understood. Brandon Schneider. Thanks for the $10. Given the fact that women's league and sports are essentially handicap leagues, what is your take on caster Simnia and other intersex people competing against other women? This is such a tough question. Okay, so first of all, okay, your statement that women's sports leagues are basically handicap leagues. Coming out the gate hot with that one, aren't you? It's basically true. Cis men outperform cis women in basically every athletic. This doesn't make men better than women. That's ridiculous. But this is a fact. As for the... God. Okay, I think I've gone over this. Dark J-Man 77. Thank you. I notice you, buddy. Okay? But only because you support me. I love you. All right? Thank you for the 420. Okay. That whole Destiny drama didn't even leave a dent. Oh, no. Guess it's... Look, this is fucking Manifest Destiny, my friend. Ha! Yeah! Get it? Manifest Destiny? No. My success was written in the stars. We've only just begun. For real, though. So, on the trans athlete thing. Okay, here's it as I understand it. And listen, I'm not, like, academically educated on this subject, so I'm not really the best person to engage with on it. But here's my fucking lukewarm take, okay? So, like, cis men perform better than cis women in pretty much every athletic field. Bone density, muscle strength, it's a biological fact. Of course, this doesn't mean all men are stronger than all women or any dumbass shit like that. It's bimodal. But we know this. There's a reason why we have sex-separated sports divisions. With that being said, trans people. Okay, so a lot of people, when they think of, like, a trans athlete, they think of, like, a dude, like a rippling fucking bodybuilder, UFC fighter, putting on, like, a wig and saying, actually, I'm not Sam, I'm Samantha. And then they enter the women's league and they just pulverize all of the cisgender women, okay? This is not how anything works. God! Damn it. Okay. So, this is not the case, alright? Okay, look, I'm gonna make this super fucking simple, okay? Here's how it ought to be, alright? Look, are we ready? This is my hot-ass take, okay? Are we fucking ready? Here's the hot take, alright? If you're trans, okay, and by the way, we're talking about trans women here. Nobody gives a fuck about trans men competing. For a person assigned female at birth to then start taking... Nobody gives a fuck about that, because that doesn't have the potential to cause the same massive disparity in potential strength. LTS, you think I won't ban you because you're a mod and because you're my only hope of assembling the $2,000 of mechanical parts that I've bought? You think I won't do it? You think I won't do it out of pride? So, with trans women, fuck, it's so hard to play this game and concentrate. I wanted to play the Obra Dinn. That's what I was ready for. So, with trans women, here's the dealy-do, okay? So, trans women who benefited from a male puberty, meaning that they were assigned male at birth, and then they went through puberty, and they got a giant floppy dong and hair everywhere, and big broad shoulders and stuff, and then they transitioned later in life, okay? This is most trans women, unfortunately for them. Now, yeah.
I don't know about most.
The majority of... You think the majority of trans women didn't experience male puberty?
I get...
Nah, there's no way.
You're saying transitioning later in life. That's not necessarily...
No. I mean, of people who have transitioned, the vast majority of trans women transition after experiencing a male puberty.
Okay, that's...
Yeah.
Not like... I think like 50. But yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, what was I saying? You realize you ruin my train of thought when you do that. Okay, look, simply put, okay? If you're a trans woman who experienced male puberty and it's been like fucking 2 months and you're just on shit, you probably are still carrying with you a lot of the preternatural biological advantages given to you by that male puberty, okay? Bone density, muscle strength, size of frame, like, I don't know, magic hormone stats, okay? I don't fucking know. I'm not an endocrinologist, all right? But if you did not experience a male puberty, if you got hormone blockers and then started taking HRT before that shit, then you are, in every physical sense, on the exact same playing field as cisgender women when it comes to athletic endeavors. If you are a transgender woman who... Oh no. Why did I move myself over here? I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna fucking kill myself in real life. Why am I playing so poorly? But if you are a transgender woman who didn't experience male puberty, you are bound to the same physical limitations as a cisgender woman, okay? And that's just great, okay? Now, if you are a trans woman who transitioned after experiencing a male puberty, but it's been several years, listen, okay? I've met quite a few trans women, most of whom transitioned after male puberty, and let me tell you, okay? They're fucking babies. Hey, all the fucking limp-wristed, baby-armed trans girls in chat, raise your fucking hands up, okay? You people are you're so weak. I could snap you like a fucking carrot. It wouldn't even be difficult for me. And I don't even train anymore. Like, most people, when when chuds think of, like, a trans woman in sports, they think of, like, a muscly bro dude in a way. This is not the case. After a couple years of HRT... You don't even need any kind of surgery. Just HRT. Just a couple of years of HRT. The majority of trans women are weak, fucking tiny babies who are perfectly fine competing against cis women on an even playing field, okay? The only sort of, like, difficult intersection point here would be if you recently transitioned and you experienced, a male puberty. If this is the case, it does suck. Like it does suck, and I'm not saying this with any fucking joy in my heart. But if you're like a male athlete and you're doing pretty good, and then you're like, oh fuck, I'm a fucking woman, and then you transition, yeah, you should probably give it a bit before competing alongside cis women. That's not fair, but that's one of those natural inequalities, okay? And I don't know. If I can see research that would suggest to me otherwise, I don't know. At the end of the day, what we need is that if a trans female athlete wants to compete at a higher level, they should probably speak with a doctor who's trained on, like, sports physiology, who can determine whether or not the biological mechanisms that they carry fit within the line of probability for a cisgender woman. Right? Is that fair? Are we good? Did I do it? This is such a fucking, This is such a fucking dicey topic for me to cover. I'm not a biologist. I'm not an endocrinologist, okay? What pronoun would be used in a post-gender society? I don't fucking know. Just if we just find a word that's gender neutral. Why not comrade, huh? Are we really arguing about abortion in chat? This is a dead meme, guys. No one gives a fuck about abortion. Yeet those babies. Can we stop? Can we stop? I'm gonna fucking die again. Just do it. Just end my pathetic existence. Just cream in my fucking mouth. No, 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 no. Ah! Excuse me. Maybe I won't die. Neat. What? What the fuck? Enemies level up mid-fight? Oh no. Are you fucking kidding me? Did everyone just see that? Did you all just see it gain a chunk of health at the end there? The only reason I ran that far out from the boulder is because I knew I could kill it before its next explosion. And then it fucking leveled up mid-fight. I didn't think level up supplied fucking mid-fight. Jesus Christ. I'm actually not accepting responsibility for that death. Fuck me. Ah. Nice prank, bro. Maybe we'll try the multi. I don't play them very often. Did you hear about the trans boxer who wasn't allowed to compete with men? So he absolutely destroyed the women, then reactionaries got upset for their own fault for forcing him to fight women. Well, the same thing would happen, right? It's like when they try to pass the trans bathroom bills, and then they don't realize this means that all of the big, beefy, hunking, bearded trans men out there would, like, be legally required to go into the women's bathrooms. Like, they don't want that, because they don't know, because they're fucking idiots. They don't actually care about protecting anyone or actually, like, protecting the sanctity of a sport. All they care about is marginalizing a particular group of people. That's the only thing they care about. Brandon Schneider, thanks for the $2. We agreed 10Q4 not being a screeching... Oh, thank you for. I have not and never have been a screeching lib. In my... Well, no, I did have a period during high school. I don't think you understand what happens to your brain when your less dense skull gets hit with bigger and denser... What the fuck are you talking about? Talking about how trans athletes... Oh my god, hello. Broke a woman's skull? I mean, sucks. People get injured in sports all the time. I'm not really interested in discussing, like, really complex socio-political, socio-biological concepts like this when people use one-off incidents to argue their points. Is this really that difficult of a position? Listen, everyone who disagrees with me is a fucking idiot in this respect, okay? Here's the answer that every single human being should be able to agree to, and if they don't, they're probably an idiot of some kind, okay? What we should probably do is have doctors trained in sports physiology and trained in endocrinology assess whether or not trans athletes should be participating in the sport with people of their chosen gender. It's that simple. If you disagree with that, you'd better have a really fucking good reason. We should have priests do it? That's not a bad argument either. Nice. I'm putting an extra syllable in... Oh, it's endocrinology, not endocrinology? Oh, I didn't know that. Where did I get the impression otherwise? Weird. Whoa! Don't kill me! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No. All right, go team. We did it. Do I like the artists known as the Death Grips? Yes, but only to piss Destiny off. Is it okay to ask a question more than once if you don't see it the first time? Or would that be... No, ask whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. People are going to spam in chat whether I want them to or not. If trans foes are worried about trans people being in the wrong sport, maybe let's abolish gender in sports and base it on body shape instead. I mean, yeah, right? Like, if we really wanted to preserve the sanctity of, like, classes of proficiency in sports, we should definitely do it off of something that isn't sex. Pretty weak collection of items. What's the beef with Destiny? Is there a specific video on the topic? I would appear on and off Destiny's stream occasionally for like 5 years. That's kind of how all of this got started. But as time went on, I felt like he was acting more and more like, I don't know, disinterested or dismissive towards me, which was weird because I was trying to ramp up my, like, my visibility in his community. And this was also around the time he was trying to actively, like, purge left-leaning people from his community, so it felt like a convenience, whatever the case is. And then he ended up playing a central role in the big hubbubaloo fucking sexual harassment poppy drama that broke. For those of you who don't know about it, I made a video, blah blah blah, and he was pretty nasty to me about it. Definitely came off a smidge biased, which kind of reaffirmed my pre-existing belief that he just didn't like me that much. So I think he's a huge cunt. And it's pretty much for personal reasons, though. He's still a great rhetorician. Definitely worth checking out. Ever played Toho? No, I have not played Toho. Who's my favorite politician in the world? Right now, I mean, I stand hardest with Ilhan Omar. Love that shit. I'm here for it. Where's the teleporter? Vaush, you done with robot rights, more advanced AI, da-da-da. I mean, why would I be against robot rights as a concept? That'd be kind of weird, right? I'm not that androcentric. I don't think we're anywhere near having, like, this be a practical conversation, but yeah, sure, right? Missed a super chat, did I? Ah, Creative Nothing, critique of trans athletes, Vaush is canceled. Thanks, buddy. That's the problem, Creative Nothing. You donate so much that, statistically speaking, the likelihood of me missing one of your chats rises exponentially. I think Destiny just plain doesn't like lefties. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I believe that too. What are you gonna do? Any advice for dealing with reactionary family members? No, I have a very nice and loving family. I do not know. Sorry. Don't really argue with my family that much. I try not to. Oh, that's nice. Is that a bug fix or like a patch they made? it seems that the Royal Capacitor now prefers targeting elite enemies, the priority targets. Boop. I have never understood the respect people have for Destiny's rhetorical skills. Seen relatively little of his work, but he has suck. I mean, I don't know. Sup to you, friendo. If you see his shit and you're not impressed, then I'm not going to argue with you. Most of what I understand about rhetoric, or like at least most of the practical skills I have concerning rhetoric, came from me being a fan of Destiny's stream. I'd like to think I've taken it to a new level. We'll see. Destiny's takes in the last month or two have been garbage. Yeah. Who's my least favorite politician? I don't fucking know. That's a long list. I can't really quantify who I like the least. That's a toughie. Or are you a syndicalist rather than an anarcho-communist? Can I give you a better answer when after I do my economics research stream? Let's wait until then, okay? Which reactionary YouTuber do you hate the most? Maybe Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder is too stupid to be that popular. Well, actually, he's exactly stupid enough to be that popular. You think you'll ever patch up the beef between me and Destiny? Probably not, no. He did me pretty fucking dirty. Also, he doesn't really seem like the kind of person who would ever be interested in facilitating any kind of patching up between him and myself. I don't see how it would really benefit him. He's a much larger content creator than me, and all of his decisions concerning friendship seem to revolve around either his sexual proclivities or his business interests. What's your opinion on mutualism? Alright, we're done with the fucking economics questions, okay? We're good. We're good with them. We did it. We did all of them. My GF knows John Doyle. The Crimson Drummer, no way. Seriously? I actually got an email recently from somebody who claimed to have known John Doyle back in high school. I really need to respond to them. Well, I'm sure John Doyle is just as unique and special in real life as he is online. Dork Steezy with the 10 bucks. Thank you. Really generous of you. Would you go into detail about the benefits of occasionally engaging in problematic language mentioned in a previous stream without elaborating? I'd love to know exactly what you mean. Yes! This is way more interesting than fucking dumbass questions you people are asking. Okay, the benefits of engaging in problematic language. Okay, for one, no language is inherently problematic. Okay? Retarded, faggot, these words in and of themselves are not magical spells. Okay? The words themselves don't hurt anyone. What hurts people is the social connotations carried by these words. This is pretty unambiguously fucking correct. Okay? Now, it's important to recognize this, and the N-word, all of them, they're all just words, okay? Negro means black in Spanish. The reason why it's important to recognize this is because it susses out our priorities when it comes to rhetoric and efficacious when it comes to efficacious rhetoric. Hold on, sorry, I got the sniffles. Oh yeah, don't watch Destiny discuss anything related to socialism or left-leaning content. That's not where he shines, okay? What am I getting at? Okay. So here is the what are you doing with the sink, dear? We have clean bowls. You're just doing this to fucking Clang Gang. Clang Gang. I'm sorry. I love you, baby. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, okay. So, it's important to recognize that language is not inherently harmful, only the connotations which it signifies. So, why is this important to recognize? Well, we have to acknowledge, okay? Why is saying the, say, I don't know, the R slur, harmful? Okay, well, I can think of a number of reasons. So, there are a lot of people whose feelings it hurts. That's not a great argument, but it's an argument. You don't want to hurt people's feelings, right? So that's something, okay? So we've got that. Don't really want to hurt people's feelings for no reason. Then you've got the fact that it reinforces certain social stigmas against people with neurodivergent conditions, okay? This can hurt autistic people, people with Down syndrome. The idea when a lot of people say the R slur isn't that they're actually calling the person they're arguing with stupid. They're associating them with something negative. And in this case, the negative tends to be people with cognitive learning disabilities or whatever the case may be, okay? In this instance, we can probably make the world a slightly better place by not using language like this, okay? These are the arguments in favor of not using the R slur. However, that does not necessarily mean there can't be arguments in favor of using it, okay? A lot of even left-leaning people don't seem to understand this, which makes me think they're retarded. No, I'm only using that for the sake of this discussion, okay? No, but for real, though, okay? You have to be able to critically engage with these topics if you want to have a brain that's even half the size of mine, okay? The problem is that... Here, I'll give the arguments, okay? Here are reasons why left-leaning people might occasionally want to use, let's say, just for example, the R slur, okay? First of all, a big problem with online leftists is that they come off as really hoity-toity and elitist. It's really difficult for people like ContraPoints, or Sean and Jen, or Rational Disconnect, or Non-Compete, or H-Bomber Guy to reach a reactionary audience when they have these like 40-minute to an hour-long video essays that have a bunch of really nuanced language, and they engage in the kind of you know, language usage that reminds people of the most pernicious aspects of social justice. Like, here, I can give you a more specific example. Imagine that you're a 15-year-old boy, and pretty much everything that you know about, like, the left versus right culture war online is that the right likes free speech, and that the left is a bunch of crazy SJWs who want to police language and censor things and make it so there are only black women on television, okay? You may scoff at this, but there are a fuck ton, literally millions of people who think like this. This is not a joke. They're a huge, huge problem, okay? So, by occasionally engaging in the use of problematic language, this gives me the ability to engage in a little bit of bants. I can say, hey, I'm not one of those uptight SJW fucking college-educated, pretentious, ContraPoints, Sean and Jen-esque motherfuckers. I'm just like you. I'm a fucking edgy white bro. I like video games. I like free speech. Come on, we'll talk about stuff, okay? We'll talk about trans issues. I'm not gonna fucking shame you for not using all the proper terminology. I'm not gonna shame you for not using the term assigned blanket birth. No. We're just here to talk about this. And by framing things in this, through this lens, I can reach far more people than I could, Right. Than I could using orthodox language. And I know this for a fact because I already have. Every single day, I get emails, messages on Discord, and YouTube comments that all say some version of the same thing. I was headed down the alt-right pipeline until I saw your content. I'd never seen a leftist talk the way you talked before, and that really helped me out of that spiral. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I have seen an unbelievable, like an overwhelming confluence of people expressing the exact same sentiment, okay? And I know the reason for this is because I insult people. I say smooth brain. I get angry and say the fucking R slur sometimes, okay? And my girlfriend yells at me every time. I engage in rhetoric that makes people, not great people, feel at ease with me. And this is valuable. I would rather be a dirty, edgy leftist who engages in rhetoric that can be a little bit off-putting to leftists, but is very appealing to, like, people sitting on the fence of being in the alt-right, than I would engage in rhetoric that's super orthodox and pure and unquestionably, you know, academically and ethically backed, but nobody fucking listens. Yeah. This is the gist of it, okay? Oof, the edgy centrist. Well, that's the thing. I'm not a centrist. I'm far left. That's why what I do is valuable. I don't use the language that I use as a as like an entryway to my like radical centrist viewpoint. I use it as an entryway to my super lefty viewpoint. My lefty viewpoint in which I advocate for gender abolitionism, anarcho-syndicalism, the destruction of whiteness as a concept, open borders and multinationalism, diverse, like it's not like I'm peddling these things for a bad end. I am a big fucking left libcuck, okay? I really am. So when people get on my case for using certain types of language or engaging in certain types of rhetoric and fail to see all the good it does, I can't help but think, like, this is why the left is so fucking ineffectual nowadays. The left used to be, and pardon me for engaging in some waxed nostalgia, but the left used to be, like, big-time fucking, like fucking angry-ass white dudes who would bomb shit. They'd bomb shit, they would stage protests, they'd get angry, they'd write manifestos, they'd send in threatening letters to U.S. government officials. Not that I would ever condone political violence, but whatever the case may be, they got down and dirty. Nowadays, when I think of the internet left, I think of bitchy fucking trans girls, 17 years old, with the fucking trans flag knee-high socks in my YouTube comments saying, yikes, don't really like your take on this issue, Vaush. And then I ask them why, and they're like, I don't know. Just sounds like something a reactionary would say. Get the fuck out of my comment section, you dumb bitch, okay? Get this shit out of here. God damn. This is the problem that I have, and I get this a lot. This is a criticism that I get every single fucking day. Do you think it's a coincidence? Again, pardon me for sounding like a narcissistic. Do you think it's like a coincidence that my channel is growing so quickly, even though I'm a fucking weirdo? The reason for this is because there's a demand for the kind of content I produce. Okay, yeah. I'm not trying to like alienate anyone who's listening right now. You guys know that, right? I'm so bad at using this gun. Multi is my least played character. The point that I'm trying to get at here is that a lot of leftists have very binary thinking, and it's really unfortunate because that attitude is, in my opinion, the endemic of the death of the left. Slavoj Žižek was like the gateway for this for me, because when I covered his content on stream, I got so many people being like, Slavoj Žižek, oh yikes, you mean that guy who hates trans people and hates immigrants? Yikes! He's basically an alt-right YouTuber. I saw that shit all the time. Who's that dumb cunt with the squirrel avatar who blocked me on Twitter? Come on. Come on. They're just like the biggest fucking libcuck bitch in the world. They exist purely to purity test. That is the only reason they exist. If they ever lost, like cosmically, if they ever lost the ability to purity test, they would take their own life in an instant, and it would be a good thing. Who is this cunt? Whoever this person is, and I do truly despise them, they were like this. They were like, oh, Slavoj Žižek, oh, written 40 books, oh, one of the most respected leftist philosophers alive today, oh, incredibly 100% on board with basically every, like, big libcuck policy these days, just has maybe a little bit unorthodox language and occasionally uses language indicative of his age. Oh, basically a reactionary YouTuber. Oh, it's Zainab? If you like them, that's fine. Have fun. Social Justice Demon isn't who I'm referring to, but they're a brand of the exact same cancel culture fucking cunty behavior. Cupcake Chaos, thanks for the $2. Thanks for keeping me company while I'm knit. I'm here for you, buddy. Insert $2 more for the next hour. This game isn't 720p low bitrate stream friendly. No, it is not, my friend. It's a shame I wanted to play Return of the Obra Dinn, and then it wouldn't fucking work. The Original Unicorn, thank you so much for the $5. Have I ever played Morrowind? I played the first 10 seconds of it. I'm like, yes, I will now familiarize myself with the classics. Took a look at the graphics and then noped out. Maybe I'm a zoomer. Maybe I should give it another shot one day. Maybe I will. I do like playing classic games. Madame Mouf, thank you so much for the $8 Australian dollars. That's really generous of you. I want to hear knee-high trans socks while holding the head of Apple CEO. Hey, listen, we don't condone political violence on this stream, okay? Seriously, though, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm going to stick around until I can get the legendary chest. Hold on. Excuse me. Yeah, Zainab, or whatever that dumb fuck's name is, as far as I'm concerned, they're an enemy of the left. Anyone who engages in sectarianism and purity testing to that extent only harms us. Do people like that ever convince reactionaries? Has this person, Zainab, ever in their life I would bet that in my time on YouTube, my mere 4 months, I have participated in the de-radicalization of more people than Zainab could with their behavior over the course of 100 lifetimes. But they don't care about that, because they're not in it for being efficacious. They're in it for feeling like the very bestest, biggest brain, biggest heart, smartest, most intelligent, most capable, most ethically consistent leftist who never, ever, never, ever, ever used a bad word ever, never in their entire life. That's what they're here for. If the only way someone can indicate they're pro-social justice by policing term usage, it's hella not a good sign. Yeah, exactly. Nope, listen, there is no... Even though I'm edgy as fuck, and I actually criticize trans people pretty often for their behavior, no one has ever criticized me for being anti-trans. Not in my fucking life. No one could ever do it. I'm so obviously pro-trans, and I don't ever... And I do it without ever purity testing. It's crazy. It's almost like there are better ways of engaging in discourse. Edward Norton, thanks for the $5. Seriously. Despite the good it came out, do you think the civil rights era failed? Yes, the civil rights era failed. A lot of people were like, first we had slavery, and then there was Jim Crow, but then the civil rights movement... No, the civil rights movement failed. It just didn't work. It might as well have not happened, honestly. Oh, we fixed separate but equal. Cool. But then we instituted a bunch of policy changes that subjected black people to the same kinds of institutional discrimination in different ways. Nah, 100% a failure. In fact, I would go so far as to say there's a decent possibility that if I went back in time and undid the civil rights movement, black people in America would have better lives today. The reason for that being that faux liberation can actually do more damage to a marginalized community than continuing to languish within their oppression. Black people used to have, to an extent, a unified voice, a strong civil rights bent to their communal action. Nowadays, people can't even agree whether or not racism fucking exists anymore. It's entirely possible that this faux liberation has in the long run done more harm to the black community than the good. Hot take? Yeah, it's a hot take. There are lots of fucking Nazis who say that the civil rights era did more harm than good to black people because black people are naturally subservient and need to be blah, 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 blah. That's obviously not what I'm saying here, though. Bragging is kind of but I do think edgy jokes mocking right-wing logic is good. Do I really brag that much? I guess I do. I feel like most of my bragging is pretty obviously satirical. When I talk about having an 18-inch penis or about how I have the biggest brain in the world and no one can come close to my level of intellectual nuance, like, I feel like most people read this as satire, as they should, because it is. If people don't, I guess that sucks, but I just think it's funny. I don't know. I keep walking past the same chest over and over. No, I'm saving it. It's gonna be good, okay? I'm saving it. It's gonna be my lucky chest. Sectarianism can be cancer, but sometimes disagreements are so vast it's necessary. Yeah, which is why I'm fine with sectarianism against tankies. Because authoritarian, pro-state, pro-slave labor, pro-death camp, pro-political censorship, anti-free speech leftists are like anti-gay, anti-LGBT. These are not leftists I want to cohabitate with. When differences are extreme to that extent, then I don't even consider it sectarianism. I don't even consider tankies leftist most of the time. But if you're going to be sectarian over, say, Zizek because he thinks that, say, leftists focusing on trans rights issues is esoteric and distracts from the real important, like, discrimination and social oppression that we actually have to contend with as leftists. If you see that and then you're like, transphobe, you're probably doing more harm than you are good. Lexi Jones, thanks for the $5. You're hot and a good leftist. Take my money so I can get parasocial validation when I need the actual... Lexi Jones, my friend. Thank you for the $5. I hope that one day you find yourself in a position where spicy internet boys are not the social validation you crave, but instead the spicy in real life boys. I love you, buddy. What's the best flavor of LaCroix? I don't know what that means, but I'm going to go ahead and say mint. And solar punk stuff, do you think it's okay to use ableist slurs? I mean, it depends. What does okay mean? If it does good, I'm not a deontologist, I'm a utilitarian. If using a reactionary slur does good in the world, then yeah, I think it's okay. If it does bad, then I don't think it's okay. Sometimes it does good. I've done good by using ableist slurs. Oh, yes, my fucking bodyguard killed one dude and gave me the money I needed for the chest. Yeah, Tesla coil. See, leftist tech support, if I had opened that chest, I never would have been able to afford the red chest. Calculated, down to the last dollar. Our brain hurts a lot. Thank you so much for the 50 pesos. Have I ever heard of the shock doctrine? The name rings a bell, but I don't quite recall what it's about. Mind filling me in? Zizek is a hard memer with good takes underneath. Oh yeah, definitely. He definitely plays it close to the line, and he enjoys being edgy. Has Peach Fuzz Avalon said anything else? Nope, it's almost like he's avoiding debating.
Just the horrid descendants of macaques, and none of them deserve anything other than disdain. Our civilization, culture, and art exist to prop up justifications our continued selfish existence. Why defend anyone or anything?
You know, I've never actually been asked to defend or argue against an antinatalist perspective, and I must admit, I'm not especially familiar with the ethical arguments in favor of preserving humanity as a concept, but, you know, listen, what matters most is that we're all having fun, okay? And I'm having fun. Woo! Speedy! We'll get Hunter to debate someday, okay? That's one nihilist take. Not necessarily nihilism. A lot of people think nihilism just means like, ooh, life has no meaning, let's all die. It's not necessarily true. Nihilism has more to do, at least in a broad philosophical sense, nihilism has a lot more to do with a recognition of the objective meaninglessness of life and the ways in which you're supposed to handle that emotionally after the fact. We're fucking it up this run. That person sounds miserable, honestly. Well, we don't know if they were memeing, but if they weren't memeing, like, yeah, maybe, I don't know. There are a lot of miserable people out there. How does that compare to absurdism? Well, absurdism and nihilism are very much related. Nihilism is the assertion that there is no meaning in life, or at least no objective meaning, whereas absurdism is about confronting the, not only is life meaningless, but it is absurd because humans seem sort of physiologically incapable of accepting that meaninglessness. It's the great tragedy of life. Is life inherently sad? No, not necessarily. Life can be, you know, wonderful and joyous. However, is it fundamentally sad that humanity keeps trying to just create narratives of its own existence only for them to be struck down in the face of an uncaring universe? That's a little bit intrinsically sad. Absurdism is about coming face to face with that realization and overcoming it. Nice. Not nice. I think Hunter has nihilism because he has nothing better to do than call people fags and soy boys when his balls haven't even dropped. This is not a line of an argumentation that I typically engage in. I like for the memes, I like calling Hunter Avalon a soy boy, but it's usually only because he believes in this sort of hierarchical, like how masculine men need to be nonsense. But I don't like... Whatever, never mind. Forget it. Why does 4chan continue to host a white nationalist shooter factory? Are the libertarians are sympathetic? Better yet, do you think they're giving a racist non-violent outlet? No, it's just the people involved don't care, dude. It's capitalism. 4chan makes money, doesn't it? 4chan makes money for the owners of the site, and most of the site's traffic comes through pull, so they keep it up. Capitalism is and always will be amoral when it comes to social issues. It really does not care about whether or not people are racist or sexist or what have you. All that matters is whether or not the system being perpetuated is profitable. Turn around. Fuck off. Should we be nicer to centrists? Yeah, probably, but they don't deserve it. They really don't deserve it. Leftist tech support, eat my ass. Leftist tech support, can you fuck yourself? You're pretty hung. You could do it, couldn't you? You could, like, bend it back and slip the head in. What if you can do that? Any favorite movies? Heh, Fight Club. I don't fucking know. Who watches movies these days? Can you expand on Zizek's idea of trans stuff getting in the way of class stuff? He doesn't say that trans stuff gets in the way of class stuff, nor does he say that trans stuff doesn't matter. What he says is that a lot of left people seem to be satisfied over accruing incremental and ultimately pretty trivial victories over social issues like this. Like, for the left to dedicate its, like, rhetorical energies, its efforts, its activism towards, like, making sure trans people can use the right bathroom. Is this a good thing? Yes, of course it is. However, like, at the same time, the world is boiling over, and white nationalism is on the rise, and capitalism is actually gonna fucking kill us all. Ooh, Ooh! Yes, please. So he says that he feels as though left-leaning people very often get caught up in, like, these ultimately kind of shallow victories that don't do much to, like, substantively improve the quality of life for most people, but it's like a feel-good thing. That's what he says. And I agree with him. Do I like Big Mouth? Yeah, it's a pretty fun show. Big meme. What are the more solid victories we should be striving for? The abolition of capitalism. That's it. That's the big one. Global warming and the abolition of capitalism. Our world is literally dying. Like, not to put too fine a point on it or anything, but in 10 or 20 years, even the West is going to start to see serious social and economic blowback for the consequences of global warming, if unchecked, even if checked at this point. So he says that for a 3-month period, for the left to basically, like, drop its bags and go like, yep, we're fighting for the transes today, let's do it, while well-meaning and a good thing morally, is also a bit of a problem because it does kind of detract from a broader social effort to address more substantive issues. And I agree with him on this take. Where are the other Beetle Queens? Where'd they go? Did they go on the other side of the wall? I bet they did, didn't they? The little fucking cunts. Can I give a firm definition of a liberal and maybe how that definition has changed since the past? A liberal, simply speaking, is somebody who subscribes to the principles of liberalism. In this respect, most conservatives in America are also liberals. A liberal is somebody who believes in things like capitalism, free speech, freedom of expression, freedom of religion. They believe in things like the free market and the invisible hand and shit. These are the things. This is what liberalism is about. Liberalism also has a tendency towards the value of principle over like equality of principle over equality of opportunity. Like, as long as the ideas apply to everyone in the same way, than the actual pragmatic way in which those values apply. Like, say, for example, technically in the United States, there's no, like, legal discrimination. There are no laws that say, like, hey, by the way, black people, you're worse than white people now. Like, that doesn't happen. A lot of liberals get hung up on that. So that's what a liberal means. That definition hasn't really changed. However, for some reason, and I genuinely don't know how this happened, in America, liberals started to mean, like, left-leaning person, but still a capitalist, and conservative meant liberal but right-leaning. I don't know how this happened. This is only in America. Excuse me. Oh! We've got a dumbass take in chat. In your Hunter video, you are using trans as an insult, as if it were a bad thing he was a repressor. I assume you mean in the closet. Are you actually really an ally, or just using us to make yourself look more open-minded? Okay, so 2-point answer. First of all, fuck yourself. Second of all, I have never in my life used an accusation that somebody is trans as an insult. I have said that if you are an anti-trans reactionary, then it might be funny if you were in the closet about being trans. I have never in my life said or implied that being trans was funny or bad or wrong or anything of that sort. That's fucking ridiculous. I don't know how you could ever read into what I say in that way. I don't know if you just got triggered really easily, or if you're very dumb, or maybe English isn't your first language, but this is exactly the shit that I was railing against earlier. Nothing I have ever done in my entire life, well, I say in my entire life, that's stupid. Obviously, this is not the case. But since I started my YouTube career, nothing has indicated that I am anything other than wholeheartedly supportive of and fiercely in favor of advocating for the existence, autonomy, and happiness of trans people. So for you to, like, misread a comment and then hit me with some dumbass, like, do you even really care, or are you just using us for social cred? Fucking, just fuck off, dumbass. Idiot. Creative Nothing, thanks for the $5. I know it's bad, but the insurrectionary me wants to roll up in a Subaru like Toronto and lead launch. That's hey. Do you actually want to get my fucking channel banned? Because this is how you would get my channel banned. You realize that, right? By donating to me and talking about actually committing terrorist attacks? Can you fucking not? I firmly disavow everything that was said here, okay? Uh-huh. Where are they contacting you about this? Only I can do it.
Yeah, so they want to donate, and I think they were banned.
Oh. What's their name? Okay. 1 second. What do you think of people who compare trans issues to cross-species shit or mutilation? I hear these strawmen all the time. Well, they're obviously stupid. Listen, okay? If we ever, listen, there are literally, right now, tens of millions of trans people, and extensive academic and medical research documenting not only the validity of their existence socially, not only the historical existence of trans people, but also the scientific validity of the assertion that there can be a disconnect between brain and body, in like a sexual sense. If we ever get evidence like that in favor of people actually being dogs or some shit, then sure. Then we can have this conversation, okay? But until that day, the two are utterly incomparable. Chris B, thanks for the $2. Raising kids is gender neutral. I'm in favor of raising kids gender neutral. but you have to do it in the right way, okay? What you have to, okay, so some people think that raising kids gender neutral means that you're like, okay, your name is Jesse, okay? Because this is a genderless name. Your name is Jesse, and you go by they, okay? Unless you feel otherwise, none of that shit, okay? Well, look, if I had a kid, here's the conversation. Let's say that I have a kid assigned male at birth, okay? Here's the fucking convo that I would have with them right off the gate. I'd be like, imagine like they're 30, okay? And or imagine they have some transient soul that I can speak to at the moment of their birth, okay? Obviously, I would actually have to have this discussion with them when they get older, and it would be a long, protracted process, and it'd be difficult, blah, 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 blah. But for the sake of this example, let me just say that I can have this conversation of them free of the paralyzing stupidity that is being a child, okay? So, here's what I would say. Hey, you were assigned male at birth, okay? That means you've got a dick and prostate or whatever. Big fucking, if you're anything like me, big prostate, okay? Basically the size of an apple, all right? So that's cool and great and all right? So, this probably means basically everyone's going to call you a boy, okay? Like, most people are going to call you he. When you grow up, most people are going to call you a boy. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that if that's what you want to be, but totally possible you're not going to want to be that, okay? So, if that's the case, just fucking let me know. All right? I'll stand for you. I'll rep your shit, okay? If you're like, hey, Daddy-o, hey, Daddy Vaush, okay? I have a giant fucking penis, but I like dresses and want to be called she, all right? Then I'll say, I stand with you and your giant girl dick, okay? My kid. Maybe I wouldn't phrase it that way. Whatever the case. Whatever the case is. And then as they grow up, I'd be like, all right, well, until you know for sure what gender you are or how you feel comfortable identifying, I'm going to probably just kind of throw you whatever. Oh, God. Itchy nose. I'm going to throw you whatever fucking, like, constructive materials throughout your childhood that I believe just makes kids good, okay? I'm going to hit you with the Legos. I'm going to hit you with the toy trucks. I'm going to hit you with the dolls. I don't give a fuck how you grow up, all right? Just take what you like, enjoy what you like. People are going to generally call you by a he, and I'm not going to argue with them because that's probably going to land you in more shit socially than you would be trying to figure this stuff out in yourself. I'm not going to stand with you in preschool and then some girl's like, hey, he's nice, and then I'll be like, actually it's they, sweetie. No, that'd probably make your life harder. So yeah, whatever you turn out to be, I'm here for it, but just as a matter of aligning with social convenience, I'm probably going to follow the default trend of acknowledging you as being at least more masculine on account of the gender you were assigned at birth, if for no reason other than because it saves you awkward interactions later. Okay? That's probably my shit right there. Hold on, I missed a fuck ton of... Darion Jeshotel, thank you very much for the $1, friend. And Christopher T with the $6.90. Hey, Vaush, just want to say I really appreciate your content. Have a couple of dollars because I use AdBlock. Can you tell me why I'm wrong to be a soak dem? Look, you're not, okay? I've changed my mind, all right? All soak dems are comrades, too. Just listen, if the shooting ever starts, just promise me you'll side with us, not with the cops, okay? That's my bar, okay? If you stan, I stan. I love you. Thank you for the support. And Darion Deshotel with another $1. Dorky Steez, white people with dreads. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. Normally, I think it looks unattractive, but that's mostly just because I hate hippies, and white people tend not to take care of their dreads. But I don't really give a fuck. Honestly, cultural appropriation is such an overblown fucking problem. A lot of people who oppose cultural appropriation, I think, unironically, just think that, like, some cultures are just inherently racial and they should only be like what? Like only Japanese people eat sushi? I don't know. That shit's really fucking weird for me. I agree that a lot of white people who have dreads are fucking obnoxious, but I know lots of non-obnoxious people who have fucking white people dreads. I don't know. Christopher T, thanks for the additional $2. Liberal gun owner. Hey, me too, buddy. Someday. Thanks for talking about raising kids gender neutrally. Been thinking about doing this and worrying about the reaction from others since I use they them pronouns. Listen, just whatever you're going to do, look, okay? As a good member of society and as a good parent, you have an obligation to not imbue your kids with fucking, like, gross trans... Like, look, if your kids turn out to be trans, you do not want to be the obstacle between them and coming out. That's fucked, okay? At the same time, growing up is really fucking awkward and difficult. And it gets made a lot more awkward and difficult if you have super fucking over-eager parents who are, like, really cringily standing up for you in certain respects. You just have to walk the fine line between being supportive and being, fuck, I might die. I took a thing that takes my health down by half, but doubles my damage. You have to walk that fine line between being supportive of them in case they ever turn out to be trans or non-binary or whatever, and the fine line of not fucking embarrassing them at school, you know, which is also really important. I don't know. Parenting is hard. Yeah, just be cool, okay? Just be cool. That's what I'm gonna do, alright? Like, if I have an assigned male kid at birth, I might even refer to them as he, like, when they're younger, if for no other reason than because it's what I'm socially conditioned to do, and because everyone else is going to be doing it. But I'm probably mostly going to refer to them by their name, or as my kid, or as, like, hey, little shit kid, get over here, little shitter, you know? That kind of thing. But I'll make it clear, like, they'll be like 6, and I'll be like, hey, just so you know, I've been using he with you, mostly because, I don't know, I'm lazy, but, like, if you ever want to go by anything else, just, yeah, let me know. I don't fucking care. I literally don't care. I'll drop this shit on a dime. I do not give a fuck what gender you identify as. And the kid will go, what do you mean? I want ice cream! And then I'll get irritated, but I'll get over it quickly, and hopefully the lesson will stick down the line, eh? Honestly, if you just demonstrate to your kid that you support trans and queer people, that is a lot making clear they're coming out. Yeah, I completely agree, yeah. You don't, like, kids aren't stupid. You don't need to walk up to them and say, like, hey, if you're ever trans, I support you. I support you. I support you. Don't, like, come on. Kids are smarter than that, okay? If you're like, yeah, fucking gender, so, you know, whatever, trans people or whatever they identify as, and your kid's like 12 or 13, and they're thinking like, oh, fuck. I might be trans. And that goes through the head of every trans person, by the way. Every trans person has this moment where they think, oh, fuck, I don't want to deal with this. But then they have to, okay? If my kid ever gets that moment, I want them to think, like inductively in their head. Even if it weren't for the fact that I'm, like, a kind of a public figure. I don't know if I will be when I have kids. But even if it weren't for the fact that I am right now, and I very obviously am pro-trans, and they could go look at any of my published content and think, like, oh, yeah, obviously he's pro-trans. Even if it weren't for that fact, they can look back on all of the times that I was, like, non-judgmental about gender expression, or all those times I was like, yeah, trans people are right. We got trans friends. Or all those times I was like, gender is how you identify, not what you're born with. And they think all that, and they think, yeah, I think Vaush is going to be cool with this. And then they come out, and I give them a big old hug, and then I buy them some gay-ass trans flag socks. Every trans person, really? Like, really? Are you the dumbass who made the stupid comment earlier? Yeah, pretty much every trans person has that, oh, fuck, I'm trans moment. Can we, wait, okay, look, okay, I'm cis. I could be wrong. Can we, for the transes, can you fucking raise your hand if you had that, like, in the egg, and then the egg cracked, and you're like, oh, fuck, this is so much more than I wanted to deal with, you know? Trans is nothing if not a fucking hassle, okay? Thank God I'm cis. Not because being cis is better, just because it's less fucking effort. Yeah, like in chat, like this, I've heard this, like, every fucking time. Like, it's it's the same, like you're a male at birth or whatever, and you're like, okay, I'm a male at birth, I'm a boy, I'm just a weird boy, okay, whatever, I've been feeling weird lately, I've been feeling kind of depressed, whatever, and then you, like, one day, you, like, read the right internet article, or you talk to the right person, and then you go, oh, fuck. I'm trans. God fucking damn. And then there's like that, yeah. It doesn't mean it's bad in any way, shape, or form. It's just like, well, shit, now this is something I have to fucking deal with, you know? I don't mean this in a negative way. I hope no one interprets it that way. It's not fun to have to realize you're gonna have to put up with all the shit. Yeah, exactly. It's not like, oh no, I'm trans, I'm inferior now, or any shit like that. It's like trans, oh fuck, now we got the clothes, and the hormones, and the coming out process, and like, I'm not gonna lie to any of you trans people still in the closet right here, and I just saw a couple of them say so in chat. Being trans is not fucking easy, okay? But what's even harder is staying in the closet your whole life, okay? Your life, sorry buddy, your life is gonna be hard no matter what. So whether you come out or not, it's gonna suck. but I promise you, coming out will probably, in the long run, have a better outcome. Want to play Roblox sometime? No, I'm good. I appreciate the offer, though. I'm a big boy. I'm good. Oh, God. I'm glad you guys see what I'm saying, though, right? It'd be very easy. If someone wanted to be uncharitable, it would be very easy for them to see what I'm saying right now and think that I'm, like, making the argument that people shouldn't come out or something. But that's not what I'm saying, and you guys seem to understand that, so I appreciate that. It feels nice to be understood. For me, it was hearing a past explain what it was and saying I would go to hell. Ah, well, great. Why not, right? As good an introduction as any, I suppose. Play Wolfenstein when? When I have a computer that can handle it. And as a matter of fact, I kind of do. It's right here to my left. Just got to put it together. I was hoping to have more chests that I could spend shit on. Whatever. Hey, the Girthax. Welcome back. What got you banned in the first place? What do you think of otherkins and Therians? I don't know. I don't know what a fuck a Therian is. Otherkins when you think you're part animal, right? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, it's like it is delusional. I mean, we're humans. You're not like an animal in any substantive sense. If you mean like, oh, I identify with the behavioral characteristics of an animal, then sure, fine. But that's not like a soul thing. Souls don't really exist. I just don't. I don't care. They're harmless. I don't care. I'd rather a world filled with delusional fucking furries than I would a world filled with facts and logic edgelord centrists, okay? The transgender ban, the military is going to keep me in the closet for a while. Oh. Well, that sucks. Sorry. I don't have much to say about that. It'll probably get overturned soon. Maybe. This is the furthest I've ever gotten with Multi, which is pretty nice. What do you think about Hassan Piker? Look, I used to... Hey, guys, want to know some cool Vaush trivia? My decision to start this channel was motivated by a conversation I had with Hassan Piker on his stream. He saw one of the old videos of me arguing with Destiny, and he was like, whoa, this guy's cool. Brought me on, we talked for a bit, and a bunch of people in the chat were like, wow, this guy's cool. Does he have a YouTube? And I thought, could I make a YouTube? That's kind of how this all started. Unfortunately, Hassan Piker has kind of fucked me over a little bit, because even before the Poppy drama, even before that shit... So, okay, so here's the timeline with drama between me and Hassan. Why do I have so much drama? Who the fuck knows? Here's the timeline, okay? So, at first, it was, there is a podcast hosted on Twitch called The Scuffed Podcast. It's hosted by an idiot named Trainwrex, who's like a reactionary, basically. And, he was going to have a big political podcast stream, okay? Like a fucking... What's the Poppy drama? There's a video on my channel that has the word drama in it. Go watch it. Yeah, that's the big one. But anyway, there was this big fucking political podcast. It was going to have some big figures on there. It was going to be Destiny and Hassan versus two alt-right figures Trainwrex would bring on, okay? Okay? And one of the alt-right figures was going to be Sargon of Akkad, and one of them was going to be Stefan Molyneux, who later got changed to Blair White, who later got changed to Nick Fuentes, an actual Nazi. Hassan was going to do this with Destiny, because Hassan and Destiny are the two biggest left-leaning people on Twitch. However, there was some pretty big beef between Hassan and Trainwrex. Trainwrex. Jesus. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. No, this is your boji. There was some pretty substantial drama between the two of them, which for a while made it seem as though Hassan would not be going on the podcast. It'd be Destiny versus two reactionaries. And Trainwrex himself said, all right, well, I'm looking for another left-leaning person. Can I bring on Mr. Mooten? Mr. Mooten is not a left-leaning figure by any means. He was clutching at straws. And I thought, fuck! I just started streaming, and I'm not big, but I'm like a big left, like I'm very left-leaning, and I'm a good debater. I'm a very good debater. I know that I could hold my place here very strongly, very powerfully. So I make a post on Trainwreck subreddit saying, "Hey, my name is Vaush. I started streaming only a month ago. However, as you can see, my growth has been pretty exponential, and I'm a very left-leaning, and I am a talented debater. I would be delighted to appear on this thing. I will make it good content. I am funny. This will be a good time." Okay, so I did that, and then Hassan ats me in his Discord, and he's like, "Yo, dude, what the fuck are you doing?" And he accused me of clout chasing. He accused me of, like, taking advantage of him not being able to appear for my own personal gain, which is a really weird accusation. Trainwrecks wanted another left-leaning debate streamer to come on, and I offered. But Hassan accused me of, like, clout chasing, which was really weird of him, and acted really weird and passive-aggressive about it, and started some drama on stream over it. So I complained about it on my stream, and people overwhelmingly sided with me, because Hassan was clearly being like a weird kind of passive-aggressive dick, right? So there was that, and that was really weird. Then the Poppy drama happened, and he was like, "Ugh, I feel weird because I'm responsible for this guy getting a platform." And then when I got banned off, then he stopped responding to my fucking Discord DMs, and then he never responded to me after I got banned off Twitch for criticizing Israel. So, so as far as I'm concerned, Hassan can go fuck himself. And now that I have no pretense towards appealing towards him or his base, he's a bad debater. Hassan is not unintelligent, but he is not capable of holding himself in a debate. He is incompetent at it. He gets distracted, he gets overly emotional, he doesn't follow consistent lines of logic, he lets other people guide the course of the conversation, and he never knows when to shut the fuck up about leftism. Like socialist theory, like, you know, worker communes and what have you. I am better than him in every one of these respects. I am a superior debater. So, how do I feel about Hassan? He does good in the world, and he's a good person. That doesn't mean I'm gonna like him. And I think I'm better than him at what he tries to do. Everyone, including me, thought Trainwrecks wasn't gonna have Hassan on. Yeah, me either. It really looked like Trainwrecks was going to bring on another left-leaning person. How did you get good at debating? I've always enjoyed arguing, and I have always enjoyed public speaking. If you enjoy something, you learn how to get good at it, as long as you approach it with the right attitude. Since I was in elementary school, I have clawed for opportunities to speak publicly in class, speak publicly, well, out in public, and now I do it online as often as I can. Practice makes perfect. And if you enjoy something, if you deeply at the bottom of your heart love the thrill, the adrenaline of arguing with people, you will find ways to get good at it. Leeching Seed is great. Huh? Yeah. You should probably come a little closer.
Story time.
Story time with Hyena.
Okay. So,
Ooh, melt those bosses. Get the fuck out of my fucking game.
Vaush and I have been dating for...
Scream those words, babe.
I don't know, where were my...
In fact, here.
When was my aunt's wedding? It was...
There.
Was it 2 years ago?
There we go. They should be able to hear you perfectly now. It's open mic.
Was my aunt's wedding 2 years ago?
Yes.
I think so. Okay, so 2 years ago. We had been dating for, at the time, probably around like 5 months. Not that long. We'd been fucking for a while now. Anyway.
Wait, they still can't hear you.
What?
Hold on. There. Come in close. Cam's disabled.
Can you hear me?
No, come in close. Talk into the mic. The cam is off. Get over here. Get
Okay.
the fuck.
No, I want that flip down.
Jesus Christ. She's so fucking shy.
One
Nope.
day.
That's not right. There we go. There. Fuck. See? Blacked out. Get in.
Okay, I don't want to. Okay, hello. So, 2 years ago, Vaush came with me to my aunt's wedding.
Louder.
What? I'm screaming!
Now you are. Do it.
2 years ago,
There we go.
Vaush agreed to come with me to my aunt's wedding. We've been fucking for like almost a year, and we've been dating for like 4 or 5 months, okay? So still pretty new. My family hadn't met him before.
Keep it up.
My family hadn't met him before this, and he agreed to come and meet like my entire family, which was one wild to me. And so we were there. It was cool. It was whatever. My family liked him. He's funny. Like in real life, he's still like funny and charming. So I gave my panicked maid of honor speech. It was nothing. It was just me being a fool. And then I came and sat down. Some other people talked, and near the end of the like wedding speeches or whatever at the reception, Wash was like, "Should I go up?" And I was like, "Oh my god." I was like, you literally, like, you don't know them. Can you, like... And he's like, no, just trust me. I'm gonna go up. And I was like, no, please, holy shit, please don't. And he fucking did. And he went up there in front of my aunt and her now husband's whole entire big families and said some really nice words. And just, like, and everyone laughed. And it was fucking wild, y'all. I could not imagine having that level of confidence in myself or public speaking. Maybe that's chill for y'all, but I would shit myself standing up there. So he just really likes public speaking. He likes I don't know, it's fucking masochism, but yeah.
I love you, baby.
I love you too. That was so nerve-wracking. I wanted to puke the whole time.
I was the one up there.
I know! There was so much potential for embarrassment.
Chat's saying that they were laughing at me.
Nah, they liked me a lot.
That was a good time. Yeah, the real story is I went up there and debated them. I went up there and I debated them on marriage abolition. Zoom! It's annoying when reactionaries use them to delegitimize trans people. When reactionaries use what? What are we referring to?
Also,
Yeah?
I want you guys to know, it was an SF Giants themed wedding, and Boss did not want to make fun of it.
My partner just said it was an SF Giants themed wedding and I did not once make fun of it, which was difficult for me. You know it was difficult for me, right?
We did a good job decorating.
Yeah, we did. We decorated. Otherkin? Oh, yeah. The otherkin is an anti-trans argument. Has always been incredibly stupid. And I relish the day that I argue with like a big reactionary and they bring that up with me because I could crush them between my thumb and forefinger. Such a stupid argument. Why do you think reactionaries like the words like cuck? Because they're racist. Generally speaking, racism and bigotry and reactionary shit, it's driven by fear. And white people have long had a fear that black people have big fucking gonads that they use to woo the white women. It was very common in the South back during slavery days that before lynching a black man, they would cut off his genitals. The reason for this being because they were deeply afraid of those genitals. Cuck is reminiscent of that storied past. The idea that the sexuality of people of color is something to be feared, something which can woo the hearts of white women. And you can see this when you hear, like, them talk about Muslims in Europe, too, because they'll talk about how the reason why women tend to be more liberal is so they can get the, like, hot Arab chads to come in and pound their white cunts or some dumb shit like that. It all stems from insecurity. It's all insecurity. Can you die? Can you come close to the fucking teleporter zone? The game's so fucking lagging. God damn. Sweetie, what time is it? You say you're in an open relationship. How does that work? In a serious sense, generally curious. I mean, it's pretty simple, really. My partner... Okay, then this will probably end soon anyway. In fact, I'm going to end this now, I think. Whoa, nearly just died there. Fuck, right at the end. It's pretty simple, really. My partner and I love each other the most, and if we want to fuck someone else, we just ask, like, hey, yo, this good? And then the other person usually says yes, unless there's some reason not to, and then we go fuck the other person. Ain't no thing. Wait, who doesn't think I'm in an open relationship? I talk about fucking people all the time. Oh, we're gonna do it. We're going for it. Please. Nice. I personally enjoy that sort of open relationship. It's pretty comforting for me. I just want to fuck multiple people. I don't give a fuck about it. I just don't want to be pinned down by the man. Do you have to be polyamorous to be a true comrade? No, but it helps. Oh, God. I really wish I could have played the Obra Dinn. I guess I should have done some diagnosis before the stream started, but I want it to be like a first experience for all of us. All right.